I don't know. Are you?
Hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Thursday night, and you know what that means. I don't know what that means.
It's the day before Friday.
It's the
There
day
you go.
before the weekend. What's
Thought you were
up,
gonna
everybody?
That you're gonna go Beetlejuice on us. Hey,
Yeah.
Dale, it's that Dale. Oh man, welcome everybody to the Next Level Gaming Show, and it is a pleasure for everybody to be here tonight on our special 200th episode. Gentlemen, holy cow. Can you believe
Holy
it?
cow! Holy cow is right. Episode
yeah.
200.
So, all right, we got Jay. We're working on Jay here. Jay, can you say anything?
I can say things.
Oh,
there it is.
we
Now
got
we
him.
can also hear him.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we're having a party.
There we go. Hey guys, this is such a great night. We got so much to talk about, so much to do, and what a special night. Jay, thank you so much, Jay, for being with us tonight. Jay Williams, Graphic God, part of the the fabric of the show, in many ways. So it was important. It was important for us that you were here with us tonight. So,
So what you're saying is I'm the lint in the pockets.
you're the pockets that all of us lint are in right now. So, so welcome everybody. Chat room is already hopping. We love you guys so much. Oh my goodness. And just what a great night. And like I said, lots to talk about, lots to do. And I'm gonna kind of kick things off by once again we're gonna welcome our special guest. He is over on the right. It's our special guest spot. This is what we do. So usually Tommy Tallarico's in that spot. You're sharing that with some great company. So
I'm privileged to actually be in his square.
well, tonight that's your square. So. And you should know because you created the whole thing around it.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So,
It's kind of like Inception.
that's right. So welcome, Jay. Glad you could join us, and looking forward to having a great night. So, I'm going to span the gambit of emotion this evening because I've got happiness, I've got nostalgia, I've got sadness.
Do you feel frisky at all?
Not yet. I haven't. We'll see what happens after I'm done with this Seagram's Jamaican Me Happy that I stole from my wife because we have no beer in the house.
So tomorrow she won't be happy. At least you were the night before.
That's right.
That's all that matters.
So, gentlemen, how is everybody? Everybody feeling good?
Feeling good.
You better after
Very
that damn Discord chat. Holy shit!
I've got beer, so everything's great.
All right.
There you go. Nice.
No. All right. So we're gonna kick things off. I need a few minutes to do this. In June of 2015, I had just come on. I had gotten back into gaming around the time that the PS4 and the Xbox One were announced. I had taken a break for a while and didn't game for like 5 years, and then came back to it because I kind of liked what I was seeing from Microsoft, kind of like what I was seeing from Sony, and kind of like, so I watched the E3 and I watched all the, the reveals and things like that. And at the time, a couple of guys wanted to do this, hey, I'll record a Skype thing, and then I'll put it up on YouTube. And I can't even remember who they are. There's one guy, his name was Sinar, something, and a couple other guys. And I just did this thing where we recorded a show and he put it up on his YouTube page. Well, those guys kind of fizzled out a bit, and I was like, I kind of like doing that, but what would I do? And I had decided to get back with the two guys that helped me create Next Level Gaming back in 2000, and I said, "Hey guys, I want to do something." Who are you pointing to?
I don't know if Frankie's doing a line of coke or sucking on a ring pop. Or is he sleeping? There he is.
Busy. What do you want, Josh?
A line
Show
of
gunning.
coke.
Maybe he got
Oh
something
my
stuck in his
God.
zipper.
Oh my God. Anyway, so June 9th, 2015, I got together with Chris, my friend Chris, and my friend Sean, and said, "Hey guys, I kind of like this YouTube thing. Do you guys want to do something with me? And I'd like to bring back Next Level Gaming. We can't do the website anymore because I don't have time for that, but we could do this podcasting thing." So we recorded our first episode and put it up on YouTube, and then from there, it's just here we are, 200 episodes later, and I had no idea where we were gonna go. I've been through a lot of ups and downs with it, but I got to tell you, the folks that you guys all see right here, all of them have incredibly made this show what it is and got us here. So I'm going to do my introductions, but I'm going to go in reverse. So Frankie, you're going to have to wake up for a minute because you're first.
Oh, man, this is weird.
Get off that console.
It's not a console, okay?
You're not used
Switch.
to your head being in the upright position. I get it.
That's right.
Happy 200.
Wow. Hold on a second. I gotta. Wow. Frankie the Drug Bandit 50 States Coop says. So, I wanted to start with Frankie. Frankie, check out Frankie's Amico shirt.
I got my Miko
Oh,
shirt.
Nice.
that's
Shield.
awesome.
Nice.
You
Nice. Very
Damn
nice.
right. Goddamn right.
How long did
So-
it take you to get that?
While
I'm
he's
still-
holding the switch.
You know, actually, you remember the last time Tommy came on and I
Yeah.
asked him where the hell my shirt was? It
Right.
came days later.
Nice.
So you just have to threaten it a little.
Yeah,
We'll
just
just have
there
to
you
get
go.
Tommy on. We'll have to threaten him to get mine.
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah.
two
yell
shirts.
at Tommy, and you'll get your shirt.
There you go.
It's not as comfortable as you would think it is, though. Like, the tag in the back is really annoying. It's like, I don't know.
Nothing a pair of scissors can't
All right,
fix,
so
right?
now your
Yes,
camera.
But then it's going to be scratchy, and then, like, I don't know, like this side, like one of the
Now your camera's
stitches is off
frozen.
or something. Oh, perfect. Well, that's because Tommy's messing with it, you know.
Yeah, you're
Big brother.
You're in the.
It's
You're in
probably-
The
the.
Italian mob just saying, cut 'em
Yeah,
off.
it's probably not
Yeah.
smart to offend an Italian like
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
What
you're right.
exactly are you doing?
I'm playing Skulls of the Shogun.
All right, can you pause it for just a minute?
I can't. then
Yes,
it's gonna
you
make you
can.
get all sentimental, and I don't.
I'm
do
gonna
sentimental.
do that anyway. Just shut
So
up
you
for a
just-
minute.
Oh.
Just
Oh
shut
my
up
God,
for a
Frankie.
minute.
All right, hold on.
And you
Frankie.
switch
Now
that
I know
thing
why
off
you
for-
wear your hair
Good
like Don
God.
Matrick. Come on, Frankie.
Oh man,
So,
John, I got a podcast for you. Okay.
Well, it'd be nice if you showed up to ours.
oh Jesus Christ! All right. Oh, this is going great, guys. This is awesome. No,
Hey,
seriously.
this is every Tuesday night for me.
Yeah, I know. But
Yeah,
yeah, we're
why
not
don't
trying to be retro renegades up here. What the hell?
Oh my God, Jay, what the fuck? Wait, what are you drinking?
Wow.
I'm drinking Stella in a
Ah,
Cheers glass.
ooh, in a
Wow, look at
cheers
that.
glass.
Stella too, Jay.
All right, can I
yeah,
get?
but his,
We're gonna
This
be
is in a
we're
nicer
gonna be-
glass than
We're gonna
yours.
be 5 hours if I can't get through this.
My brother-in-law always said beer already comes in a glass. So.
damn right it does.
But what about the ones that come in a can?
those? Aren't
Can
beer.
they?
That's Texas.
Ah,
in a can.
gotcha.
You
All right, so look,
pansies.
so
Did you
You
see
know,
what Jake said?
God damn it, Molo, let's go. Come on, we got 2 hours.
if
here,
you
let's go.
guys would stop interrupting me. So we had gone on like 10 or 11 episodes. I'd kind of, I had it gone through a couple of different co-hosts, and we've tried to make something work. And you know me, I hate drama, I hate bullshit, and some of that came about like right off the bat, which made me really question whether or not, YouTube was the thing for me. And so I think I had tweeted out somewhere, I can't take this nonsense anymore. I'm done. I'm out. I'm giving it up. Great run while it lasted all of, 6 months. And Frankie had been kind of lurking in the chat room or not in the chat room, making comments because we didn't have chat room yet. He was like leaving comments and stuff, and I knew him on Twitter. And he came to me and he said, "Oh no, you're not quitting. You're not quitting." He said, "I'll jump in with you until you find a regular co-host," and that was October 14th, 2015. So I've known Frankie for over 5 years now, and as you can see, he's still here. He's not paying a damn bit of attention, but he's
paying attention.
You said regular and Frankie in the same sentence?
Yeah, I know. And he's been here ever since. He balanced doing Short Pause and us for a while. He had to take some time to concentrate on that and his job and stuff, and then came back. He'd been on and off, filling in when he could and being on when he could, and now he's here a bit more full time. I'm still sad that Short Pause is no longer around, but I'm not gonna lie, that loss is our gain. And for the last 5 years, I mean, Frankie, in all honesty, saved me from quitting. I mean, I was ready to hang it up, and he literally said, "Hell no, Mullo, you're not quitting." And,
hell no, Mullo.
Hell no, Mullo. And he said, "I'll fill in until you find somebody," and that was episode 16, and here we are.
Full of Uncharted, Konami,
Kojima, Kojima, Jotun. Yes, Frankie always reminds me that I can't pronounce a damn thing correctly. So, Frankie, I love you, man, and I'm just it's 5 years later, here we are. Here
we are.
Yep.
Got to be sure to shave that Kojima.
Yeah. So
happy 200, yeah.
Happy 200.
You're all right, Frankie. I'll take back everything I said in Discord.
No, don't do that.
Let's do another 200.
No. So who did I find as that co-host? Well, just so happens that it was the guy to his left, John. Right. Techno Fabulous. John.
Wait, before you start giving me praises, let me put on my Overwatch apron. This is raise the stakes.
I'm gonna get back to shoguning because John's crash pin is just.
That's my Overwatch apron.
All right, well, at least lift your head up so we're not seeing the top of your hair.
What's wrong with the top of my hair? Am I losing?
Not yet.
Lean to your right here.
If this was a console.
Good God.
If only this was a console and I could play it like this, but I tried. But here we are.
Well, there you
John,
are.
this handheld just ain't cutting it, so.
It's a console, you bastard.
I don't know.
So a month later, I ran into John, and I had known John a little bit from Twitter, and he said, "Yeah, man, I'd love to do it with do a couple shows with you." I remember at the time.
I'd love to do it with you.
Yeah.
You've had your segment already.
Guys are just God damn it,
John. You don't need any more praise. Your head's big enough.
Your head's not even up. So.
Yeah, but John's it. Look at it.
So John, at the time, I remember, John, you were not able to work because you injured your shoulder, and it was really tough for you. And I remember, and so you came on, and I really enjoyed, like, our chemistry, like right off the bat was just phenomenal. And
it was tough, Mike. I lost 85% use of my left arm.
I remember.
And I could still game and stuff. I sure wish that I would have known Frankie back then. I didn't know him right away, But that was I think we actually talked in party chat on Xbox Live.
Yep.
We talked, and I think we may even played a little bit of Halo, but I do know we talked about that.
Yep. You and I had some great adventures together. The Halo calculator, and the introduction of the product of the week.
Oh, yeah.
And that was episode 18.
Well, that product of the week, the whole reason I started that, just like on the show now, I've always liked comedy, and I liked having fun. I like having fun when I come on the show. So growing up, I used to watch the David Letterman show, and he was always doing silly things, but I always loved watching him, his presentations. He was funny, a little corny. So the product of the week is just something I wanted to bring to where we could all have some laughs, because you didn't want to do something that was dry, where, you're just talking and it's boring and nobody's having any fun. So that's kind of the whole reason I wanted that product of the week on the show.
Yeah. And you were with me for a while, and then you were able to work again, and life took over, and you stepped away, and then it wasn't. I think it's like 5 months ago or something like this. Has been you're
the start of the year. I've made every episode. Yeah.
Came back, and I think we were looking to see if you'd fill in one night for us while we were a little short-handed, and you were so excited, and so when you told me I missed this,
Right.
I went to Chris and Peter and said I'd like to pick John up full time if he's up for it, and I'm glad that I did, because you bring, look, you bring an energy and a love of gaming that is exactly what we need in this industry and in this community anyway. And
plus you couldn't depend on Frankie, because he's kind of hit or miss.
Well, yeah, I know, but but
You ain't wrong.
But I again, 5 years I've gotten to know you, and you're a great guy. You've been a fantastic co-host. I'm glad that you're here. And again, you stepped in too when I had nobody, and that was a huge thing. And here you are now, 200 our 200th episode, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, it's awesome. I look forward to every week when we do this show, man. It's exciting. You, Peter, Chris, Frankie, and we have a lot of fun on the show. And I look forward to it every Thursday night. It doesn't matter how tired I am. It doesn't matter what's going on at work. I kind of live for this night. This is kind of like when my weekend starts,
Yeah. And then, go ahead, Chris.
I was going to say real quick, of course, if we knew then what we know now, John shows up on the show 2020. What happened after that? COVID-19 and everything else.
Right. And ring pops are back in.
Not a coincidence.
Not a coincidence.
So speaking of Chris, Chris.
Peter's got a ring pop too.
Chris or HDK?
No, you. Met you.
Gotcha.
I met you a long time ago too. I've probably known you about 4 years. You in the chat room, doing just hanging out. I know we've hung out in Xbox Live parties and on Twitter and stuff like that. And you're one of the most positive and friendly and generous guys I know. And it was one of those things where it was always a pleasure having you in the chat room. It was always great to just game and have fun, and things like you and I beat Crackdown 3 together. Ha ha. I think one of the greatest compliments I think you ever gave me was you put together WDFC and then a few of those guys are in there. Like Daz is in there, and I don't think Whitty's there, but Coop is there, and Daz is there, and it was you, and it was Coop. And every once in a while you'd have Dirty J on and stuff like that, and it was a great show. I loved it so much, and when you told me that we were kind of the inspiration for that, that meant a lot, because you guys all in the chat were what make us like these guys now. The chat room makes us, and I can't imagine what it would be like if we didn't have friends like we have, and so it was January of last year, January 2019. So you've been here over almost a year. You've been here a year and a half. And
Seems longer.
it does
I
seem
guess 'cause
longer.
like I said, I was lurking around in chat since episode 31. So
Yep. You were around for a long time, and bringing you aboard was something that it was a circumstantial thing. It was one of those things where it was a great. It was probably one of our best decisions to make, because you're just you embody who the fuck cares, just game. Doesn't matter what you do, doesn't matter what you game on, and we can joke all we want in the Discord and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
as long as you're gaming on Xbox, it's fine.
Oh, shut up,
Am
Frankie.
right?
Whoa.
Get him, John. Get him.
Fuck Gary.
Man, you're not even on my team, you little bastard. I love you, Frankie. I don't know why you've been so mean lately. We got to get to the bottom of this. I mean, I don't know. I know you're stressed out,
Frankie's a pot stirrer.
but we love you, Frankie.
Yeah, we
Even
do.
when you're mean, we still love you.
Yeah, he's a pot stirrer. Even when you can't
Get back
see his
to your
actual face.
console
Mike knows.
handheld Switch.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
console. It's a handheld with a dock. Anyway,
That's what I just said. That's what I just said. Johnson won
Here's
the
my buddy
Alright.
Doomhammer. He's backing me up. Doomhammer.
there you
Tell
go.
Frankie how you feel about it.
Yeah.
And the thing about Chris is he supports everybody. Like Chris, I never see a podcast, somebody else's podcast that you're not in the chat room, being part of. And I mean, you're the embodiment of support and be supported. I mean, it really, and it's a blessing to have you here as both a co-host and a friend. It just is. So
Appreciate you and everybody here and everybody I've met in chat. He's through gaming and the party chats. I can't. I'm very humbled. Very thankful for.
I'm humble.
Be able to be on here with you and everybody here, and especially over a year. So I mean, like especially it was great doing the WDFC. We had fun doing it, and it's just one of those things. We just did it for fun. But like I told you before, it was born in the chat. We were.
And speaking of which, don't think I'm not reading the chat, Jago. Damn it! And thank you, Jeremy. I'll get to the chat room in a second, but but last and not least, and this is on purpose that I went in the opposite direction. It's actually coincidental that you're all here, kind of in somewhat of a chronological order, but I got to talk about Peter. So, also from the chat room, from a while ago, and actually, I brought this image up. Remember this, Peter? The stream team. So, back in 2016, we were actually doing content on Twitch too. We were doing gameplay content and stuff, and Peter and Jason Wickman, and there's Joe Heutink.
Madzoop.
He's nuts.
Mazu. Yep. And I forgot who the other guy was.
I remember. He was a kid.
Yeah. And then we had Yaritz and Deacon Nakapuki, the Fine
Drake.
Fins.
Yeah,
Drake.
Drake.
Well, no, that's Joe. That was Joe Heutink. He's that was the upper right corner. I can't remember who that guy in there is. But anyway, Peter was doing streaming stuff for us on the Twitch channel, and it was July 31st, 2016, episode 49. Frankie was off that day. He had something going on and he had to take off. And then I said, hey, I could use a couple of folks on the podcast to fill in. And Peter said, oh, come on. And that was 151 episodes ago.
He's feeling.
It's coming.
Nerd.
151 episodes ago. And Peter's been here ever since. And he's under contract until like 2030. I think we had to figure that but
Yeah, he's a platform exclusive.
yes, he is an NLG exclusive. So, you're also muted right now, Peter. Nobody can hear you.
It's probably intentional.
He,
But,
he plays this. He plays this show like he does his games. To the end.
To
Who
the
knows
end.
when this show's
That's
gonna
right.
end, but,
He's going to platinum this show.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, I have over the last nearly 5 years, I have gotten to know Peter quite well. We live kind of close to each other, about a state apart. But I talk to Peter just about every day, and
Yeah, we do.
become a fantastic friend, and just one of the pillars of this show. You've been with me, thick and thin, up and down. When both of us were like, "Fuck this," but you know what? Every Thursday night, it's like, you know what? No, we're doing this. You know, there aren't enough words for how much I love you, Peter. It's been a great ride, and we got another 200 episodes in us, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So all of us, right? We're gonna be here till
we're
all gonna be in our 70s.
Exactly.
So, but
Be here until they stop making consoles.
John ain't gonna laugh.
Damn straight.
There was nothing to hug anymore.
John
That's when we
dodged a
kicked the butt.
bullet. John did dodge a bullet today. We'll talk about that. Don't
Right.
worry. But I just all of you, I love you guys so much, and just to have this together is amazing. And I wouldn't have it any other way. So, bottom of my heart, guys, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it, Mike.
Mike.
Love you.
I got one more.
I
ahead,
remember
go ahead.
is before it became Stream Team. You have I think you have one of the episodes. I forgot which one it is, and I don't know. You were pretty down, and it's like, or down, maybe angry, or both. And it's like, hey, just let me know if you need to blow off some steam. We're gonna play some games, and
Yep.
I think that's
That's how it
that's how it started.
Yeah. So, and it's funny. I think I know which one it is, because there is one show in the entire playlist that's the Mike cast. It was the one I did by myself. I said, fuck it. If no one's going to do it, I'll do it. And you're right. I probably was a little off that day.
Yeah, maybe.
So, and you came to me then, and you're someone I trust implicitly. I just getting to know you has been a wonderful thing. So one day our families are gonna meet at Great Wolf Lodge too. That's gonna happen.
We will.
So,
We will.
You guys can stay with me. I've got endless amount of money.
apparently you do.
And
Yeah.
ring pops.
Ring pops.
So Jeremy says, just here enjoying Mike's random bouts of allergies. So,
God damn
Um,
it. I bottle
but
opener.
I need to one more here. Jay. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Jay.
There he.
When things were getting stagnant, when things were, kind of, Jay came to me one day, and I think he had made me a gamer pick or something like that before. So we got to talking, and it's interesting because I met you through somebody that neither of us really talk to anymore. So,
That's true.
but Jay came to me one day. It was in 2017. It was like the beginning of the year, and he said, "I got something for you." He said, "Your logo's a little outdated." And no offense to Sean Foster. Sean created the old logo, and I have an emotional attachment to it. But Jay was like, "I got something I want to show you," and sent me this image, and I was like, "Wow, this is incredible." I said, "This looks unbelievable." He said, "Great," and then he sent me an animated movie. He said, "I know that you. I noticed that we were using Hangouts at the time, so the quality wasn't great. So I noticed you do like a little intro movie at the beginning. Do you think you could use this?" And I was like, "Wow, yes." I said, and that's what I remember saying then. I said, "So, how much do I owe you?" And Jay said, "Nothing." He said, "I like what you do, So I enjoy your content. He said you're a good guy, and it's yours. And I was so energized by that I was like, you know what? If somebody is going to do that for me, I got to kick it up. So I started looking into how to make the show better, moving into things like this, into XSplit and OBS. I was like, you know what? If someone is going to take the effort to make us look professional, then damn it, we're going to be professional. And then Jay started bringing me other things. I'm going to drop this image for a second because, and I'll even drop and by the way, real quick, Diego is in the chat. Dinero Primero, he goes by on Twitter, but he's Diego. I know him as Diego. This logo in the middle, this lapel is his, and we use that all the time too, as well as other things. But Jay started bringing me backgrounds and stuff, and hey, you should try this, take a look at this. And I remember it was not that long ago, it was a couple months ago, and he said, you need an upgrade. And so we started to build out what you see on the screen here, and like all of this that you see, the moving graphics, the stuff around our pictures, it's all Jay. Jay is, at that point I had to make you the graphic designer and officially credit you, because you energized me 4 years ago, three or 4 years ago, with what you were doing, and your friendship too. I mean, we've talked a lot too. We've the best way I could pay you back was sending you some Xbox stuff. So, which I hope you still use.
And I do. I have it all set up downstairs in my game room.
Awesome. Because to be honest with you, I don't think I will ever be able to fully repay you for the work and the things that you've done for us, and what you mean to NLG. I've tried to credit you everywhere I could. I try to get your name out there because you're also just so incredibly generous that there's the words are tempting, but you're as much a part of this, even though you're not technically here all the time except in chat, but you are much a part of the success of this show as everybody else. And I can never thank you enough.
I appreciate that, Mike, but you also have to understand that it was your help in the past when I started getting into podcasting that made me successful. It was the advice that I got from you and watching what you were doing that inspired me. So what you do here on NLG is a big part of why I do what I do. So you're basically you're part of all this.
And we all are. I mean, we're all are. This is a team effort. This is not, I've tried to make this everybody's, Yeah, yes, it's my computer that runs the stuff, but Chris runs WDFC off of his stuff, everybody's got their the things that they do for the channel. I mean, we are a family, and that's what I love about this, is that we're a family. Mm-hmm. And you're as much, and you are just completely part of that family, and you always will be, Jay. And like I said, I can't thank you enough, and I never will be able to. So,
and I'll never look for a thank you. You know that.
I know that. So, and it's the Gamers United Guild that we created. You created the graphic for that. You helped me build that video. I'm like, I couldn't have figured some of that out without you. So, Tanero says, is that why Mike makes me take the trash out to the curb?
This is like the Dark Knight, where Gordon says, "I've never thanked you," and he goes, "And you'll never have to."
Right. That was
And,
really
you know,
good.
I'm,
John.
I'm no Christian Bale, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah. All
You know,
right.
either Jay's very generous or he was just embarrassed by what you were wearing. He's like, I don't like that shirt you're wearing. Here's a shirt.
Yeah,
I don't like those socks you're wearing. Here's,
right.
you know, here, put on some of these skinny jeans. You know, you're embarrassed. I mean, now,
All right.
hey, we look great now.
You guys, you know the old saying, when you look good, I look good. Well,
Wow. And hey guys, so we're gonna get moving, but I also want to raise our glasses to the chat room. So if you got a drink, raise it up. The chat room is not as big as other shows. Sure, would we love to have 200 people in there? I would love to. But I tell you, the 20, 25 folks that we have that put up with us every week, that chat with us, that interact with us, that talk to each other, not as fanboys, not as console warriors, but as friends. And I've met some great people through that chat room, including you guys. So to the chat room, thank you guys for helping us get to 200 as well. Because without you, we're just 5 guys talking to each other every week, on the phone. So we love you. We truly love you guys very much.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Cheers. Love you guys.
salute.
Cheers, guys.
You too, Frankie. Oh, good.
All right.
Yeah, killed you to say that, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
All right, let's get to and gals. Yes, Starbuck and gals. She's never going to let me live that down. She really isn't.
Don't forget Coop.
Oh my God.
That's right, Maddie. I am getting lit.
Wow.
Woo.
All right.
Ooh, Maddie's here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Maddie's here.
Maddie, what's up, Maddie?
I'm telling you, this is the other
Yeah.
part that's making me emotional. Is look at all of our friends that came to help us celebrate.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yep.
All right, Johnny, Spicy John.
Yes, sir.
What's our product of the week?
Well, our product of the week goes back to my younger days at Stride Right and Buster Brown when I wanted to run and jump as high as the trees. It's Zips tennis shoes.
Oh, that's like
All across America, an amazing phenomenon is happening. With Zip sneakers, kids are getting dressed in a flash. Straps and zippers make Zips easy to get into, and they come in all these flashy colors. Zips by Stride Right. They not only go on in a flash, they go off in a flash. Now Zip stickers are available free at participating Stride Right stores. No purchase necessary.
I wonder if you
Yeah.
can still get the stickers.
I don't know, but when I saw there was another commercial and I couldn't find it, Mike, and these kids, they were putting on zips and they were jumping like real high, higher in the trees. And when I was a kid, I saw that. So I went to the shopping mall and my parents got me a pair of zips and it had the Velcro. And I went out in the yard and I ran and jumped and fell right on my face, Yeah. But, I was under the impression that I could put those zips on. I could jump like thousands of feet in the air,
That's when the bubble burst.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So Frankie, can we bother you for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Are you sure? You
Yeah,
good?
I'm positive.
All right,
yeah,
because
real good.
All right, because it's time for the. I don't know where Daredevil Dave Dahl
Yeah,
is.
where the
because
fuck is Dave? He made a
where
big
is
deal
Dave?
about being
He
here, and
did,
he's not here.
And he's
I
not
don't
here.
know.
We're his segment, which he named.
He did name this.
He did name.
And he's
it.
not even here.
He's
Maybe
not
he's
here.
fake, just like his wrestling.
John, this is on you. He's
Wow.
your buddy. You brought him here.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow! He's like his wrestling. Wow.
That's why they call me, what do they call
Spicy
me?
side was
Mild,
Yeah.
mild John Place.
Yes. All right, Frankie. Frankie's Save Files is our segment where Frankie gives us a game from the PlayStation Store and a game from the Xbox Store that is on sale that he says you should play. What do you got first, brother?
Do Xbox first.
All right.
So, I don't know if this is in Game Pass or not. It could very well be, for all I know. I don't really ever pay attention. But I'm pretty sure this is the lowest price that it has been since it came out. And I just feel like it kind of came and went, and it didn't really get the attention it deserves because this game is fucking awesome. But this is a way out, of course. Currently, it's on sale on the Xbox Store, part of their Deals Unlocked thing, for $7.49.
Dang, that's a bargain.
So
Wow.
grab a friend. I'm serious. You need to play this game. I won't say that, I don't agree that it's like the most amazing game ever, like what the fuck's his nuts said it would be. But it's the story is really great, and just the way that it plays, like you're seeing here, kind of have like that split screen thing where you're each controlling a character, but you have different things going on in your scene. So you're doing stuff on yours that you can use to like affect stuff for the other person. So you're kind of using that to solve puzzles, progress through different areas. And then there's just all kinds of stuff. Like there's a couple of just ridiculously cool scenes that, belong in an action movie, and here they are in this game, and it's amazing. And then there's when I played it with Crazy One, there's a lot of these really organic moments where you'll be like walking around in a house and you'll see like a piano and a guitar, and like one of you'll start messing with it, the other one will mess with the other thing, and then if you do like the right button combinations, it'll trigger like a little cutscene where you guys are jamming out, and like there's just there's small touches in the game like that are just amazing. So $7.49, pick this thing up on Xbox, grab a friend, play it, enjoy it. Seriously, if you haven't by now, this one was a must play from last year.
So the small touches you were talking about, that's the shower scene that you like to play with your wherever you play.
Way to
drops
go,
the soap.
Chris. Yeah. Do you see the size?
Anyway, that was a good
Tom?
choice. I've been wanting to play that, but nobody wants to play with me.
I'll
I
play.
wonder why.
I'll play.
I wonder why.
It is in EA Access.
Love you,
so-
Frankie.
Is this game only online co-op, or can you play
You could
couch
you
co-op?
can play it on the couch. Yes,
Oh,
it's couch
awesome.
co-op as well. Crazy One and I played online. The online servers work very well. Also worth noting because it was from an indie developer, so I don't know how much of EA's server space the game gets to use, if any. So, but for what this game is, heavily reliant on co-op, worked flawlessly online. So.
Okay. All right.
Onto the
Definitely
PlayStation.
Two thumbs up on that one.
2 thumbs
Yeah.
up.
In that, even HDK agrees. Then you know I'm doing
Mhm.
good.
A co-op thumbs up.
Go up.
Yeah.
thumbs up. So
There
you
you
could
go.
have 4 thumbs up then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
well,
John's thumb down, just
Yeah.
like he
Thumbs up
does
his
every week.
ass.
Are you outing John as the thumb downer?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. It's
Oh,
all right.
wow.
Here I am.
He's going through a phase, man.
Would
like
you be
Jago
surprised
said,
at this point?
Jago said it was his time of the month. I agree. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It just
All right.
lasted 2 weeks.
All right. So here's the PlayStation game, and you're gonna have to. Do you want me to try to pronounce it?
Yeah.
Danganronpa.
That's not bad. That's not bad. It's Danganronpa.
All right.
So
I was gonna say
Danganronpa. When I used to listen to the Giant Bomb back when they were good. The one dude who started talking about this game and got me interested in it pronounces it Dragon Grandpa, which I think is also hilarious. So, anyways, this is one of those visual novel kind of you're walking around trying to solve murder type of games. It's based on an anime, or maybe the anime is based on the game. I'm not honestly entirely sure, but I know there's an anime. So essentially, you're going to this school that's kids who are like the best baseball player, the best clarinet player, the best cheerleader. You get in because you're like the most luckiest person and got picked to get in. So you're going to this supposed high class school with all these top tier people, and you find out eventually when you get there that it's basically a big trap, and you have to murder off your classmates and get away with it. So the only way anybody gets to go home is if everyone else is dead and you're the last person and you don't get convicted for killing anybody. So it's kind of like a murder mystery, really creepy like school game with that awesome creepy ass bear. I love it. So these are on the Vita. These are two of like the games that really sold the Vita when it came out. So then of course, the third game jumped to the PlayStation 4 as well as the Vita. So they eventually ported these two over. They're excellent games. If you're into those murder mystery types of games, very story heavy. You're walking around interacting with all these characters, kind of learning about the school, learning about the people. You kind of get a feeling for their personalities, and then, as these different trials go on, you get a feel for who people are, so you can kind of, knock out people in your mind because, I was with this person here and I know they didn't do this there. So it's really cool. It's on sale right now for $19.99, which typically when this does go on sale, that's about as low as it gets. So yeah, if you haven't, these games are well worth checking out. Definitely off the radar hidden gems in my opinion. So $19.99, Danganronpa 1 and 2 Reload. Go pick them up.
Nice.
Eat a bag of dicks, John.
Yeah. Murder Frankie, murder Frankie, murder Frankie, murder Frankie.
Wow.
Oh, this Amigo shirt's awfully cozy.
Oh, wow.
Is that a girl's cut?
Yeah. Hey, take what you can get.
Jeez.
You guys get a room. Jeez.
Oh my God, it's like they're married.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Hey,
That's why there's a ring pop.
Video game.
yeah. All right, so let me ask you guys a question. So a couple of guys in the chat, I know one of them, a new friend, Generation Gamer, he's usually asleep by now, and I don't want to hold him up too much. You guys be cool if I did the retro segment now, and then we can jump into the main topic?
Retro rocks.
Yes.
Well, I know it does, but, I want to check.
It's
bastard.
fine as long as it's not before my time.
Not before your time? What time do you have?
Peter's gonna expire soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to reveal my age, but I'm usually in bed by now too.
Yeah, I know.
You leave Peter alone.
All right, so
Jonas need some serious drink.
I heard it almost like he took a cork off of a kegger.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Hey.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and do my segment then, and then we're going to get into the big topic of the night. The big topic, one of the two, of course, the Sony showcase, and then the
Wait,
official
Sony did a
burial.
show today?
Yeah, you could never tell.
No.
So anyway, so we're gonna go. I'm still trying to find a good name for this. So I'm gonna Mike's Way Back Retro. I don't know.
Did you ask Daredevil Dave Dahl to name it and then vanish from the chat room?
I did not.
Well,
I think
So
he's
I'll
just given
take-
up his.
I will
He's
take-
lost his title belt. Yeah.
I know. I will take suggestions for what to call this. So this segment actually was. I have got so much game footage that I decided to make this a two-parter. So this week, so it's going to be this week and next week. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to look into the world of full motion video games. What do I mean by full motion video games? Well, for those of you who did not know that some of these have been remade in the last couple of years, full motion video games came out really in the Sega CD era. Sega was riding high with the Genesis. They were battling Nintendo for the crown, and
Intercontinental Championship.
That's right. That's right. Sega was Jimmy Snuka. Anyway, we Superfly. So anyway, so
Fun
Sega.
fact: he does not travel barefoot.
No.
Really?
No. When my buddy and I went to WrestleMania 25 down in Texas, some shitty state down south. Is Chris frozen?
Whoa.
Is Chris frozen?
Is he? Chris has not said anything in like forever.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He
Don't
also
pay
hasn't-
attention, Chris. Don't pay attention to that.
All right, we'll save that. We'll save that jab for later.
Maybe he's doing
All right.
a beer run.
Anywho, we just got in. We flew in a couple days early, and actually Jimmy Snuka arrived at the airport when we got off the plane. We didn't go up and talk to him because he seemed really out of it. So I don't know if he was just jet lagged or drugs, whatever. But yeah,
He figured out who you were.
walking around in flip flops. I'm like, man. Well, he's taking pictures with other fans who went up to him. So
Right.
It just ruins the moment, doesn't it?
yeah, I'm like, what the hell? I thought this dude was always barefoot.
Yeah.
So disappointed.
Right. I'm sorry you're disappointed.
It's only
Anyway.
carefully when he has to take him off to go through security.
Yeah, really.
That's right.
Take him off anyways.
All right.
You wanted to see his toes.
Dreadpool says, "Listen for the snoring." See, even he knows Frankie. So anyway, in the early '90s, the Genesis struck first in the CD media. Nintendo, of course, they had a CD player in the works with Philips, Philips first, and then Sony. Philips went off and did their own. Sony decided not to work with Nintendo, and then, well, we know what happened there. The rest of John's life happened. And so, but in the meantime...
I wouldn't be able to tell that.
In the meantime, Sega CD came out, and because of the CD format, you had more space to save stuff. So Sega said, why don't we do games that were full motion video? And so full motion video gaming was born. Now, in the beginning, let's start at the actual beginning of that video.
Jay, you need to pay attention to this.
In the beginning, Sega, when it packed in with the CD, packed in a game called Sherlock Holmes. And what they did was they had actors, they put together some episodes, and you can see here, it's almost like community theater. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me share the screen with you guys so you can hear it.
I think I remember playing this.
Why does Sherlock Holmes look like Jimmy Stewart?
I'm surprised you haven't taken some interest in this case, Holmes.
How do you know he's not?
I have made some inquiries. Because I dare say I do believe this murderer is a much younger chap.
Now, in this game, what you did was you had clues and you had people to go see in your 2 episodes. And you would go and you would have these scenes where you would pick up clues to try to solve the case with. There really wasn't any moving around or anything like that. Just this. But it's like watching the BBC.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Was he sacked?
It's got like a Monty Python, Benny Hill type thing.
But it was real. I mean, so you had clues.
So what year was this?
This was 1992. Okay. And this was a pack-in with the Sega CD. It was very rudimentary, but it was never done before.
Was it also on the Nintendo?
No. Not like this. I mean, if it was, it didn't have the full motion video pieces.
Inspector Lestrade, my good man, I'm looking into the cause of James Winterbank's death. I should have known. That murder has brought out every crank in the city. I think the professional...
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, isn't this great?
Yeah, it is great. I like it.
In the beginning of full motion video games, this was basically all you did. You just kind of watched it, and then you clicked around a couple things, then you watched it a little more, and you clicked around, and you watched a little more. Sega decided later to get a little more involved. This is a game called Midnight Raiders. Now, Midnight Raiders is a helicopter game. It's all full motion video, and you're going to see some of the most cheesy acting you've ever seen in your life.
This is like Airwolf, Mike.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and
that.
actually the footage of the helicopters is real military footage that was given to them to do the game. So a lot of what you're seeing here is actual footage in training missions and things like that with some really cheesy acting.
That's how the
I've got
Marines
tone.
recruited Jacob.
Right, I've got good tone. I've got good
Look,
tone.
here, check out this guy.
Colonel Grimsby? He's right, Stryker. Proceed to bearing 176.
Mind telling us where we're going, sir?
Check your mission orders under Operation Midnight.
You're not looking at a baby formula factory. That's El Shakur chemical
El Shakur. He's got the cigar in his mouth.
That's affirmative on Midnight.
Where are the
So-
chicks at? How come it's just guys?
No, there's a female pilot on the other. All right, so the object of this was you had you had all this footage around But in amongst the footage, you had a reticle, and you had to shoot the stuff on the screen.
Right.
So here comes the thing, and you got to try to shoot him down. And if you hit it right, kaboom!
Nice.
If you didn't,
Bridge coming up, Joker. Make me proud.
Make me proud. If you missed, I think. Let's see.
Oh, this
yeah,
is great.
Oh wait, so I couldn't. This, it got really hard. And I couldn't shoot this guy down.
That pilot looks awfully familiar. Was he from Sewer Shark or one of those other games?
Probably.
I don't know.
Any survivor, Sparks?
They're alive.
See,
There's
Can you get there a little quicker next time?
What is that?
Joker.
Yeah, it was getting hot down there. Come on.
Like Magnum PI.
All right. So then shortly after, a group got together called Digital Pictures. Now, Digital Pictures was a bunch of guys that came from Hasbro. Hasbro tried to put out a console called the Nemo. It wasn't really a console; it was a VCR where you could do full motion video and stuff like you just saw with Midnight Raiders. But the Nemo never came out, and Hasbro kind of scrapped the whole thing. So a group of guys led by Tom Zito, which you'll see a lot of his name in these videos, got together and put these games out on the Sega CD. Now, Digital Pictures wanted to be a bit more professional than what anybody else was doing. So they went after not only trying to figure out how to do great sets and big like professional cameras, but they went after real actors too. And some pretty decent screenwriting, to be quite honest with you.
Welcome to the sewers, punk. The guy you're replacing, he had that same tough guy smirk on his face that you
I used to think this was what's his name from the Terminator?
Oh, Michael Biehn.
Yeah. Yes. But it's not. It's not. But he looks like it.
I think he would know better.
So in Sewer Shark, they took that same full motion video and they wrapped you shooting all of this stuff around in the foreground. But the other thing you had to do, which was different than Midnight Raiders, is if you look at the top of the screen, you see the green arrows that are flashing.
Right.
Throughout the game, either from a little robotic sidekick that you have or through the story, they give you coordinates in which you have to maneuver. You have to make these jumps. So they'll say, you got to go to 12, 6, 9. And you had to look up there and figure out, okay, is the next jump a 12? I need to make that jump. If you made the wrong jump, you would crash into the wall and your game would be over.
Oh, wow.
So all this footage is just straight up full motion video, and it's totally on rails. It's a rail shooter, but the video gave it an added piece. Now,
Right.
Sewer Shark actually was remade for the 3DO with better graphics and stuff, but check this out. I mean,
Come in, Falco.
Oh, Falco's in Sector 19.
remember this guy?
That's a real
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Roscoe.
He was playing a bad cop in TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She said. In other words, stay out of Sector 19.
Get off my ship-to-ship channel, Stenchler. You're polluting the air.
Talking to dog feet there.
Who is that, Bucky?
I can't remember who that is exactly, but he's a real actor.
Classy words like that, 'cause,
Look at that guy.
I remember when I came back home from Air Force Tech School, and I saw my brother playing this. I'm like, what the hell is this?
This
shit?
isn't half.
Is this
This
what game
isn't
it
half
is?
bad.
Yeah. Now this is actually one of. Well, this is one of my
I just thought it
favorites.
was weird at first until I started playing.
Yeah, yeah. This is one of my favorites by Digital Pictures. It's called Ground Zero Texas. So who remembers Mad Dog McCree in the arcade?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
This
Also,
is
well, not from the arcade, from the PC.
well, from the PC,
Or
which is the
CDI.
Sega CD and all that stuff. Well, this was a game that was built with a lot of that same movie tile. This didn't have any big actors in it, but it incorporated this level of movie production with a game like Mad Dog McCree, and you're going to see it in just a minute.
Here we go.
Let's see. Yeah, Mad Dog came out on the Sega CD, on the 32X, on the not 32X, on the 3DO, on the PC.
And what we're up against here is aliens that can take on human form.
Could be disguised as townspeople to cover their activity.
He can take on human form. Yeah.
Yep. Tom Zito, man, I tell you, he did some great stuff. All right, so here it comes. So you had 4 locations, and in those locations you would have all these cutscenes going on. When the number flashed, you had to get to that area and fend off against the bad guy. So watch. So they pop out, you have to shoot them. And look at that great acting right there.
Yeah.
Nice.
At least they put a kind of a square around it.
Yeah.
Like a Mad Dog,
yeah.
it was nothing. You know, just shoot.
Well,
Yeah,
and
the same
yeah,
thing.
watch this.
Hey, sweetness. What do you say we get to know each other, huh?
What is this, Roadhouse?
Could use one more.
That one really hit the spot.
So. Whoa!
Boss Hog.
I know.
That was Frankie hitting John.
Now, if they hit you, you would lose you'd lose those life bars, and after all of them went to red, like the one number 1 is up at the first red, you lose them, you lose that camera, and eventually you lose the game. Now you also had a shield that could block those guys shooting at you. So this game actually came on 2 CDs. I mean, it had a great movie story around it. It was really cool.
You don't have money? You come in here and you can't pay your room and board? How come the roaches don't have to pay? Get lost.
Now wait, and here she comes. Ha-ha!
Oh man, this would be a great Connect game.
Oh yeah. So somebody mentioned this in the chat, and Digital Pictures also tried to do a number of sports games. Scottie Pippen, Mike Ditka, Quarterback Attack. But this one was the one that I thought was their best as far as production value. Prize Fighter. Do you guys see what is the game is kind of modeled after?
Yeah.
What is it, John?
Well, I don't know. I mean, there could be a couple. I mean,
You just said you knew.
I thought I did. It's got a little Rocky vibe to it.
What was
It's
the movie? What was the black and white boxing movie with Robert De Niro? Raging Bull. Yes. They went after the Raging Bull vibe, and they got Michael Buffer.
Now that's nice.
Yeah, so did WCW. That doesn't mean anything.
Oh, shut up.
That doesn't mean anything.
Keep your head down and play your Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back.
Down.
Yeah, he's back. Now,
I don't know
they
what
also got a real live boxing ref. I forgot his name. He's not alive anymore, I don't think. But he was a real boxing ref. So in this story,
Dave Dahl.
yeah, in this story, you're actually an up and coming boxer, and in the crowd as you like go out and you're meeting people, you actually see like a kid that comes up to you that's handicapped that says, "Win this one for me, champ." You know, guys that try to get you to throw the fight. Gangsters and all kinds of guys. So the problem with this game was you had to time your hits. So you've got gloves and you can punch and you can hook and you can uppercut, but you had to figure out when to hit the guy.
Right.
It was not as easy as it looked. And
God, what is this? Like 8 frames a second?
yes,
It's kind of
it
like
is.
that. Kind of like that Dragon's
It's
Lair
the,
game at the arcade.
it's the artistic director's
Yep.
cut.
Well, remember too that the Sega CD could only do 64 colors on screen at once. So the compression rate on video was so high that this is what you got. So
Frankie would say that.
I could hit this guy maybe once. And that was the so Digital Pictures ran into this problem with these type of games, and it didn't work out quite as well, even though Prize Fighter got really good reviews and was one of their Ground Zero Texas was one of their better selling ones, but the aesthetic here was cool. So he knocked me out, and I didn't wake up until they were ready to, yeah.
Very nice.
All right, so now we get to the game that everybody knows, that everybody has talked about, that's been remade lately.
Still just as bad as you remember.
Yep. Night Trap. It took me forever to figure out how to play Night Trap, but it had Dana Plato in it.
Oh, wow.
You remember Dana Plato? She
Oh,
was
yeah.
Kimberly Drummond from Different Strokes.
Mm.
Small fun fact, you know who else was in this game? R. Lee Ermey was in this game.
John Place.
John Place.
So here was the interesting thing about Night Trap. Night Trap was an interactive movie like the other ones. But what they did was you had to go around this house and stop these augurs from taking over the house and kidnapping and torturing the house guests, which is why Joe Lieberman led the charge on condemning Night Trap as a game that pushed violence in video games.
Man, I'm really digging this game.
But the cool thing is, as you're playing the game, stuff is happening. Even though you're in other rooms, the story and the movie is still going forward in another area. So we go, we're looking around the house, but we go to the front door, and we have this scene. And this.
I want you to go downstairs and change the trap access code from blue to green.
All right, so I had to change the code to green so I could trap people. And so you wait, and when that red bar gets there, you hit the button, and boom, you trap.
Those creatures never scared me. It always made me wonder why they all walked like my dad to the bathroom at 2 in the morning.
Right.
Now, by the way, you can see that this one looks a little better than the others. This was on this. I ran this on my. This is my 32X. Yep.
I could take all weekend.
This is my 32X version.
Yeah. Come on, everyone.
Thanks, Pete. So, the other game in that series was Double Switch. Remember this guy?
That's Corey.
Also recently
Corey
got
Haim.
remade.
Yep. Now, this was an improvement on Night Trap in that you had 2 traps per room, and you had to wind them. You had to kind of wind up the spring there, and then you sprung the trap when the person got to a certain point.
Oh, wow.
Instead of waiting for the bar to go and you just hit A once. So you had to spring the trap, and when it gets to boom, then you hit it.
She's got a nice dress on.
But this was the same way. You go around the house and you see things happening. I brought one more game into the mix here. Corpse Killer.
Ooh.
Now, you're going to see that this game is the best looking of all of them. Because this is the Sega Saturn version. So the Sega Saturn and the 3DO got their share of U-Direct games once the Sega CD kind of went away.
Did they display 256 colors?
Yes. Well, this one does. This is more. You can see that there's much less of the that graininess and stuff.
Dithering, yeah.
Yes, but they made up for it with horrible acting. So that's you, and you're in Zombieland. Agreed, Jago. So underrated. I love this guy, though. Hold on, wait.
Welcome to hell, sucker. Get your booty down here, you poor damn fool. Winston gonna cut you down, man. But we gotta
I remember this now.
So, this game actually, if you guys remember an arcade game
light 'em up
called Operation Wolf.
Oh, yes.
So that's what this game is like. The zombies came at you in a scrolling way. You shot them, and you had to, and you got these special things that you could shoot out of the air. But it was wrapped around a story. This was also 2 discs.
I forgot all about this. Oh wow.
I think Dead Island was inspired by this.
Yeah. Hold on.
I like this guy.
Wait.
Lots of buzzard meat.
Lots of buzzard
You missed one.
I'm not dead. Hi, Julie.
Not dead yet.
Journalist. Sure read my stuff. Syndicated. But when I break this story, I'll have a book, late night talk shows, TV, the works.
The only thing you gonna break, lady, is your neck.
Winston, I'm trying to talk to the lieutenant here. Has he been telling you about that crazy pirate story? It's pathetic. How about the voodoo witch doctor routine? Perhaps maybe you and I are a little bit later.
I'm not driving you, Miss Daisy, no place. In my bodyguard.
Oh man! So
this is nice.
And this was just wrapped around that hilarious story. So.
Oh, this is great.
Why are those ones flying?
I don't know.
I know they're kind of hovering.
Remember this guy?
Yeah, I remember him. Oh,
that was the bad guy from Ghost.
Yep.
He was in everything in the 80s.
Right? He was.
Yeah, he was.
So, unfortunately, even though CD systems became the norm, the 3DO and stuff like that, the want for full motion video games really went away because a lot of people thought they were gimmicky. A lot of people thought they were stupid. You know, when you're young, these are really cool. And I'll be quite honest with you, Sewer Shark still remains a really fun game for me. I still go back and play it a lot. It's anybody who plays any kind of rail shooter, it's a great game. Mm-hmm. What's really cool is some of these games have made a comeback with limited run remasters on the PS4. So you had, I think, Night Trap, Night Trap, Corpse Killer. Frankie, was there any other ones that were remade?
Double Switch.
Double Switch. So there's like a cult following for them, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun if you let it be fun. If you take the stories for what they are, if you take the games for exactly what they offer you. I mean, think about it. We played some of these type of games in the arcade too, so it's really good. Supersonic Station says Night Trap is really good on the Switch, actually. So this is part 1 of my look into full motion video. This week was live action. Next week, I'm going to dive into the other side of these full motion video games, which were the cartoon animated games, the Dragon's Lair style games.
Oh, yes.
And let me tell you, the Sega CD had a great number of them, and we're going to go through those next week. So,
Mike, I want to ask you, did they ever release a Cliffhanger on console?
They did. And the Sega CD version of Cliffhanger, so this is the other thing that happened with the advent of CD. So games like Bram Stoker's Dracula, Cliffhanger, and games that had movie licenses many times included clips from the movie. So Cliffhanger had a ton of clips from the Cliffhanger movie that interwove with the with the really not great action, but so yes. So that's my retro segment for this week. I hope you guys enjoy these. Let me know if you do, if you don't. What the great thing is it's helping me get back into retro gaming, and I love it. So
I love it. It's a trip down memory lane, and the older that we get, start forgetting a lot of this stuff.
I'm a real sucker for the old collections. Like just yesterday, I think I purchased the Konami collection that's on Xbox.
$4.99.
$4.99. Like, well, how can you not?
Yep.
8 games.
Yeah. Well, and these are, I've got more of these to do. I'm looking at going through, Phoebus series, like the Castlevania series and maybe the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. I mean, I've got those in mind. Some other things that them working on to bring to the table. So I'm glad you guys enjoy it, and in the chat, if you guys enjoy it too, it's wonderful. So, okay, so let's get to the real meat of what we got today, and that is the Sony PS5 showcase that happened this afternoon. Look at John is smiling already. Look at it. He
that
is
lame ass Crash pin. Ugh.
You don't like my Crash Bandicoot pin?
Crash Bandicoot is awful.
What don't you like? You're a bad apple, man.
Wow.
I could have sworn John was just wearing a Sega shirt. Now he just got a PlayStation shirt. Man,
he's a fair weather fan. He jumped ship the second.
I had my Overwatch shirt on. I can't do anything right, I guess.
No,
absolutely not. God, you're starting to sound like Mullo.
Who's that? All right. So Sony's it was Sony's turn today, and they brought the thunder for sure. Hand it to Sony, man. They put on a show. It was how long was it? It was like an hour and a half. It was like 98 minutes.
It was an hour and a half.
A
little shorter than that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it depends on how much they did, how much they had before. I mean, but I tell you, from a standpoint of what they, how they put the show together, they get a lot of credit. A lot of credit. They put a hell of a show together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about what we liked, what we didn't like. It's up to you guys. You can tell me what trailers. I have all 25 trailers that I grabbed off of Sony's site, so we can look at from a standpoint of the games, which games you guys want to really look at. Of course, we'll hit the big ones, but I want to start with what came at the end, which was finally getting to see the console itself. Not the price, but the console itself.
So it's not going to be $299.
It's not going to be $299.
Dang it.
So let me turn down the sound.
But I was pleasantly surprised that they did show it because I felt like it was due. I've been wanting to see that.
Mm-hmm. I hope it's not $299. That's the price of the Amico.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't think we're going to.
You heard that, Tommy?
I'm just saying. I think $299. That's a little low for
throwing down the gauntlet.
Founders edition.
And Ainsley says people don't realize just how big it is yet. Well, it's funny because
do they ever?
I think
wow.
So I'm showing the video. I forgot it took them like a minute and a half to get to the damn thing. But I like the look. It's sleek. It's now that Peter said that you could put it on its side, which I didn't realize at first because they didn't show but a half a second of it on its side.
You had to stop the video just
at
the right time. Man.
So, but I want your guys' take on the look, of the aesthetic of it, and what you guys think. And I know there's been all kinds of memes going around today and stuff like that. But give me your sense of the look and the feel.
Show a bit of white background though.
To gauge its size.
No, just to the size and just the way it looks, because because it's very rounded, it kind of blends in a little bit. Mm-hmm. Especially with the one with the CD.
Oh, I know, Jago. He sent me some memes.
Jago was on it.
He was. Oh yeah.
But I think the digital one looks very sleek.
Yes.
It looks more symmetrical. I don't like the one with the CD where all of a sudden you have how much months pregnant is this thing, showing a belly. I don't like the CD sticking out bulge, but the one without CD looks very.
I'm interested in how the cooling is, because you could see the vents in the front, so it's cooling front to back. You're right. It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
you all digital one.
If you compare your Xbox controller, like right now I'm looking at my Xbox controller next to my Xbox One S, and those controllers next to that console look a lot smaller. So I think this is going to be a very tall device.
Mm-hmm. Because I've seen pictures where they took the USB port, and based on those measurements, they kind of be able to scale it, and it's definitely very tall. I don't know if you have any good pictures for the depth though.
No, because they really only showed pictures of the front. I've got the pictures that we can look at, but they really only showed kind of the same. It's really the same things that you're seeing in the video.
Yeah. Did they specify any ports? They didn't show it, but
there are ports on the front. So
yeah.
They didn't show the back, but there are. I'll bring up the images while we're talking, because they showed the front, but they didn't show the back. There's a USB on the front, and then there's I'm not sure what the other port is. I couldn't tell.
USB-C?
No, it didn't have the C. It was almost square.
Firewire.
I was thinking
honestly,
that.
Yeah. When I first saw that, it definitely screamed like a modem that I've seen, either an internet, like a modem or a router that I've seen on the shelf somewhere.
Hey, what's the PlayStation?
It's still a little bit like a George.
They didn't show anything about the VR headset,
what's that plug look like that plugs into the back of the console?
Oh, it's the plug that goes from the control box to the PS4 is a USB, straight USB micro.
Okay.
And then the front has kind of a custom connector and then an HDMI connector. So, see that doesn't look like, that top port doesn't look like a USB-C. I wish we could get a close-up.
That might be a regular USB, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
A port. Yeah. I don't know what's in the bottom. Do they have anything online?
I looked. I got this off of Sony's blog.
I mean, yeah. Then why not? Why not give us the whole thing? It's still like a tease, except we see a.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
If
it's got HDMI pass through, it's gonna raise up my my respect level.
When I first saw this, guys, we'd already seen the controller. Mm-hmm. I like both models. I'll be getting the one with the disk drive. because I like my hard copies too.
Mhm.
But
Definitely
the design on this console looks fantastic to me. It looks modern. It looks space aged. It kind of goes with the controller. I like the curvy shapes of it. I like that it's not just square. It's not just flat. It just, to me, it looks next gen. The whole look of it, it kind of flows together. I like it. It'll be interesting to see if there's other colors besides white. But, back in my 360 that I had was white, and I love that console. So I don't think the color really matters to me too much, white or black. But I'm sure it'll be. But I like the overall look. I mean, to be honest it looks sexy to me. I mean, I was very happy when I saw this.
And that blue, I like the blue LED emitting at the top. Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, that is cool.
Of course, I like the Xbox Series X console too. I like both of them.
Oh, the Alexa?
No, I don't know.
It looks like an Alexa. Come on.
I like the fact that both companies are kind of going with a different look. Not typical. Just they each have something different that they offer that I like.
No, it's definitely a sleek look. I didn't think about the disc drive until you said something, Peter.
Now it cannot be unseen.
Yeah, I prefer.
This is what I hate about the the current Xbox One X. It's not symmetrical, and I'm a symmetrical guy.
Yeah, I am too. It's my OCD really gets after me.
Jesus.
But this console, it looks nice standing up. Right. Laying it flat, I don't think it looks as good.
People will be pissed if bass is not included.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm wondering if you need the base for putting it at least the one with a CD to lay it flat.
I think you'd have to because it's.
Why not? You see the little video? It's zoomed in on the port.
Well, look on the left.
See further down.
Yep. I can't tell. You know what? Let me go back to the blog. Let me go back to the blog and see if I see anything about those slots. But by the way, the chat room is very split on this as well.
The Virtuals confirms they are USB 3A and USB C. Okay, yeah, that's what
3A?
I thought.
Okay, so I haven't seen what USB 3A looks like yet, so it must
just
be
regular. The USB C, that's the very small one.
It's the old printer port. Well, no, that doesn't look. That looks like.
Looks like
you see, it actually is symmetrical. See, at the top, it starts wide, it gets narrow in the middle, then it goes out wide again. It's like an hourglass.
The digital one definitely looks more symmetrical than the.
I like the look of the digital one. The other one with the bulges, like. But then once again, you put the thing down and you start playing games. I mean, how much do you look at your console?
Right.
Exactly.
Did anyone else wonder about the camera? And does the camera have more than one purpose than just like a webcam? Does it have any kind of motion control?
Well, it's built for the VR. You need the camera for VR.
Yeah, I would imagine, for the VR definitely, because you use the camera for the VR now. So I imagine that they're still using that.
Yeah, you have to because the camera tracks the lights on the VR helmet.
Do you think in the back it will just have USB-C ports?
It could be.
And only one at the front is out.
I'm definitely trying to look to see on the blog what they're talking about with the actual console itself. It's
so looking at both of the SKUs. And one being with the disk drive, how much more you think the one with the disk drive would be?
I don't know.
That's hard to say. I don't know.
Is that $100 difference? Wasn't that the case with the?
Here's somebody did a prediction. Is you have the old digital one, and then the one with the CD might have like 2 terabytes. Instead of 1.
The only thing I could think about is, depending on what frequency they're using, from 10 teraflops to 9.2 or whatever it is, if the only difference is the addition or the subtraction of the disk drive, you're going to get two consoles that won't be less powerful. Like, the Lockhart that was rumored was supposed to be a lot less powerful than the Series X.
I got yelled at.
I know, but you said you were going to bring it up. So what I'm saying is,
but I wasn't going to bring it up now.
Shit about that.
So here's the thing, though. I'm just talking about. We're talking about rumors because we're guessing. Since we're guessing,
Wait.
rumoring right now.
I wasn't going to bring that up now. I wanted to get through the showcase first.
Okay,
until Xbox officially announces the Series S.
Let me know.
But hold on. Hey guys, real quick. Hold on, real quick. I just checked Twitter real quick. My boo Mamacita's listening to the podcast. She's not in the chat room, but she's listening to the show. And she said, listening to the OGNL Gaming podcast, and Stinger NLG just activated my Alexa. Mamacita, since you're listening, I didn't even get a chance to talk about all the great people who filled in for the show that while I was getting things together, and you've been on several times. You are one of my favorite guests. We got to get you back on this show very, very soon. I will be talking to you about getting you on very, very soon. That's just funny. I just looked over, I glanced over, and I sorry, I didn't mean to activate your ALEXA.
But I think like price difference, if it was what John said, if it's just the disk drive.
Yeah.
The,
so let's.
The optical drive, that's like $50.
It could be.
I don't know how much. Yeah, that's
but you don't want to put like two consoles with $50 difference. I mean, if you pay hypothetically, say one is $500, the other one is $450. I mean, that's not a big difference in my opinion.
Right.
That seems like a mistake.
The point I was trying to make is that you've got two consoles until we know any different, I'm assuming they're the same power-wise. So the only difference is the not having a disk drive. So I guess it depends on what Sony's willing to take as a loss or what they're willing to sell the diskless one for. Me personally, I'm going to get the one with the disk drive because I like having both options.
Yeah, exactly.
I never liked the diskless Xbox. I don't like just a straight digital future. I still like having my hard copies. I'm a console.
My PS4 games are digital. Are physical.
Right.
So, yeah.
So I like having that option. I know sometimes there's certain games that come out and you want a collector's edition. You don't want it just digital.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you've got your favorite game like a Halo gamer and you want that container or that package.
And I wonder, though, if you're going to start seeing multiple collector's editions, one digital collector's edition, one disc collector's edition.
Yeah. I'm wondering, I still think the disc one will go away. You'll still get a nice case. You might even get a steel case with just a code in it.
And you do see a lot of those where they're digital only. I mean, that is a thing. So while we're talking about this, I am going to show some of the smaller trailers. By the way, some of the trailers because some of this stuff really looks cool.
But going back real quick to the all digital announcements, which kind of came as a surprise. But I think Sony is definitely not listening to loudmouths saying remember it's like when Xbox did it and saying oh, it's digital, people getting confused, this and that, a whole bunch of other baloney stuff. So
yeah. No, I'm glad.
I'm glad.
So I think was it Jesse was saying that the diskless one might be 2 terabyte SSD. That ain't cheap.
It's not.
So if you don't be surprised if both these consoles, these SKUs are the same price. You got one with the disk drive and you got one with 2 terabyte SSD.
No. That SSD
What's going to be interesting?
That 1 terabyte is going to be more than another.
Well, true, but they're buying them in bulk. They're buying them in bulk, so
still,
the cost is going to be less to where
not that much less. I don't know. Though.
Yeah.
Plus, if you
margins are pretty thin. I mean, when they go on sale and stuff, and those are not even the ones that are spec wise up to part of what will be in the PlayStation.
Now there was a picture of the SSDs I saw. Now I haven't heard much about it, but it showed like, 3 teraflops, 4 teraflops. So from what I heard, that Sony was going to make some proprietary SSDs which you could add on or you could replace.
Yeah,
and they almost look like cartridges. So it's going to be interesting to see, how much those are and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, part of this too and this is both of them. This is everybody who's doing SSD. Somebody and thank you again, chat room. You guys are on top of it. BlueStack said the only one that's confirmed so far is the 1 terabyte, but it's about 875. 875 gig, and then Ainsley is saying about 700 usable with no expanded storage option. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah.
And what happens? Now on the PS4, you can yank out the hard drive and put another hard drive in. On the Xbox One, you can add an external drive. What are you gonna do with these new consoles when you need to expand? Okay, so Microsoft's got that little card thing. And Sony's going to do what? I mean, to buy an SSD external drive is not cheap.
Well, they haven't showed the back yet. There could be a slot there, too. They could be doing the same thing.
Something.
They could. You're frozen again, Chris, by the way.
Believe it or not, when I first got my PlayStation 3 or 4 years ago, when I bought my very first one, because that's when I got my very first PlayStation console, I talked to some people because at the time, they didn't have external support for hard drives and things. And I was asking her, that didn't come right away when the PlayStation 4 first came out. I was surprised to find the number of people that just had the games that they were currently playing on their console. And then they would delete them and play them. Now, me, I like having all my games in one place. So, like, on my PlayStation 4 and my Xbox One, I've got external hard drives hooked up because I like having. But I was surprised to find there are a lot of people there that don't have the money, and they just keep the 2 or 3 games that they're playing, and then they delete them, and then they install the games that they're playing currently. So I don't think that's probably going to be something that continues on this generation as well.
I don't no.
Yeah,
and I'm not. It's not necessarily that I'm worried about, but the SSD pricing is not cheap. So
especially the one in the PlayStation. I mean, those are like even they're very high spec.
Yeah, I mean, right now, a 2 terabyte Samsung portable 2 terabyte USB 3.1 external SSD drive on Amazon. I'm just doing a quick Amazon check. Is $300. A SanDisk 2 terabyte is $279. A Vectrotech, who I've never even heard of, 4 terabyte is $600. So
Is this NVMe?
I have no idea.
SATA.
Who knows?
Well, you said external. That was probably
I said external,
well,
so let's see.
Yeah.
I'm clicking on one now. Here's one that's $300 for a 2 terabyte, 10 gig throughput, low latency, power efficient. Doesn't say. So who the heck knows?
Right, and how big do you guys think these games are going to be? Because, for example, they just came out with
problem.
that Call of Duty update that just came out, the Season 4 or whatever. And that game, I don't know how many gigs, but these updates are like 85 gigs. And I mean, we could be these games that are going to be pushing the envelope on things. I imagine they're going to be quite larger, the file sizes.
That's why I'm saying. I mean, I know that SSD is the big talk here, but
Well, I thought you also talked about having some compression software.
Yes, they're all going to do compression.
You have to do less disk optimization, or less. You don't have to do disk optimization.
Right.
So that cuts out a lot of.
That is true.
Duplication fluff, and then with
No, that's
better,
very true.
Compression techniques and other stuff. So it'll,
I think it's going to be an expensive generation anyway, regardless. I have a feeling. I think it's going to be more than maybe what we're used to a little bit. But that's okay with me. I mean, it's a hobby that I love, so I'm willing to pay for it.
And you're made of money.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. It's just
I tease you. I tease.
You know me, buddy.
I tease.
Night Doomhammer, and I think Jacob left earlier too. So
yeah, they go to bed early. So
yeah, they need it.
Look, getting to the game side.
Yes.
I'm showing some of the smaller trailers before we talk about the big guns, but they showed some pretty good. And I will say this.
Let's start at the first game they showed though.
Which was I didn't.
No.
No.
Wait.
I didn't even bother to get the trailer for that.
Oh yeah. Okay.
GTA 5.
GTA 5.
At first, I was like, a new Rockstar game. It's like GTA 5. GTA 5. Like that was such a letdown. In my opinion, that was like a very bad start.
You guys know that game's not going away.
I know.
Never.
And it's like
it's never going away.
Well, I think the reason they showed it, they showed a bunch of older games with GTA 5. What the whole thing was, they were ushering out the old PlayStation 4 era, and they're ushering in this new generation.
No, but not for GTA 5 though. GTA 5.
Right, but they're adding some things to GTA.
No, I know.
Right, but it was kind of like a switch. But I was too. I first saw it and I thought, why is GTA 5 on there?
Because it doesn't
look.
sells.
It's still
because 25 years of PlayStation, GTA has been a big game on the PlayStation. It was exclusive to the PS2.
Yeah,
but it's still charting. It's still, that's the thing, and GTA 5 there's a timed exclusive for the online only component, but the game itself is coming to both consoles. So
and just seeing Michael doing yoga again, though, really, I started laughing because and Trevor, when he was doing yoga, in the backyard, that was great,
But the game is starting to show its age a little bit.
It is.
So that's why it was like when they showed it, it's like, no, I would not have done that.
This game, by the way,
I would have included as fluff, and I know why they did it, John. Just what you said, because of the history and stuff. But it's still, in my opinion, that was a bad move.
Well, one thing that I noticed when I was watching this, I was kind of watching my Twitter feed, and I was also had the computer going. And what I liked most about this reveal were the games like Gran Turismo, Spider-Man, Demon Souls, Little Big Planet, Ratchet & Clank. There were Horizon Zero Dawn 2. These are like AAA exclusives that are coming out. And I saw some of the comments. Some people were like, well, that game doesn't look that great. It doesn't look that next gen. But I don't know. For some reason, I wasn't looking at it that way. I was excited because I know that Gran Turismo 7 is going to be an awesome racing game. Mm-hmm. I know that Spider-Man's going to be I know Horizon Zero Dawn, which I love the first one. These are going to be good games, regardless of what people want to argue about the graphics. So I looked at it from more of a standpoint that these are going to be quality games.
I also think it's very hard to show a game like if you're not playing it yourself, especially like with ray tracing and other stuff, because you move your controller just a little bit, and then you get a different lighting, and you don't really see that in the video. Like what you said about Gran Turismo. Well, I saw some more of it, and that's where you really saw the ray tracing, a reflection of what's happening on the track, and it did not really come to justice with these.
Well, and I'm gonna.
Plus, there was a couple of videos that showed that said pre-alpha footage. If you watch it before the video even started, there were a few games that were still early on in development as well. That, and along with the whatever resolution this was recorded in on top of that, which usually when I watch YouTube streams, they're not very good anyway. Like when I was watching it, so.
Yeah, it looked terrible on my TV in the living room.
Yeah, it didn't. So, and I tweeted that out, but I got to tell you, these videos. So I basically am showing the straight up trailers that these are not cut and paste from These aren't cut and pasted from the show. There were very few trailers that are even up on Sony's site that were 60 frames per second. Like, they're all 30. And some of them were only 1440p. I mean, I was kind of stunned. I'm with you guys. I was kind of stunned because I'm looking at this and I'm going, and maybe this is what, this is kind of what's gotten me kind of, maybe soured on next gen. Because you guys know, too, I wasn't all that impressed with the Xbox showcase either.
Right.
And in July, they're gonna have to sell me hard for me to come off of my non-day one, stick with my stick with my Amico stuff. Because
what makes it next gen? What makes me want to fork over like $600 for these new things? Show me the difference. Which, and maybe Xbox could show it better because their whole philosophy is like the what do you call it? The you buy it now and it will upgrade later in the future. Like, show me the difference. Show me why. They need
to show me how I can convince my wife that I need to spend this money.
Well, there's that too.
And like, I agree with you guys. Like, I'm half and half on it. Like, when you see new games, you want to see like awesome graphics. You want to be like taken and teleported away. But at the same time, though, like, I mean, just like I got the Amico, I'm not buying the Amico because of the graphics. And we all know, I have no doubt that Xbox and PlayStation are going to have some pretty phenomenal games. They do every generation. So, I mean, I'm a little more concerned with the story, the characters, what kind of games.
That's true, but
so it's not all revolving around the graphics. You know what I'm saying?
You can still do that on the PS4 as well. So why do we need to go to a PS5?
And this is the first. This is the first presentation this is the first presentation that Sony's even shown. So, I mean, it's still early on here. I'm sure that there's going to be other footage of these games, later on, just as well as Xbox. Like, I watched the Xbox presentation. I thought it was good. And I had a lot of good things to say about it when we aired it on our show. And I'm sure that they're going to have more things in the future. I still think it's a little early, from what we're seeing and everything, just to make,
But it's for both systems. Why do we need to upgrade to a new PS5 and the Xbox Series X? What makes this?
Get it here,
And I agree with you. I agree with you, Peter. That's why I've always joked. That's why I've always joked around about why there had to be 5 Xboxes in 7 years, but there is.
Right.
That's the same with the PlayStation. There's still 4 or 5. That's my whole argument.
God. Okay, so hold on a second. So
no, wait a second. I'm not done.
No. Yeah, you are.
No, I am. I'm not done.
You're done.
I'm not done.
Hold on. Just hold the fuck on a second.
Wait a second. Whoa! I was trying to get my point out.
I heard your fucking point. So listen.
Put a ring pop in your mouth.
Frankie, you're a dick, man. On live, you're a dick. I was trying to get out my conversation. Why can't I prove my point?
Calm down.
No, I'm seriously. We're supposed to be friends here. What a dick.
Right, calm down. Everybody
calm
down.
Oh, Mike, that was very rude, man. Frankie, that was wrong, man.
You talk over everybody all the time.
I didn't talk over everybody.
Guys, Frankie hasn't said anything yet.
Hey,
let him.
Guys,
let him.
Peace
let
out.
him.
I'm done.
John,
with it.
come on,
No.
John.
I told you when I did this podcast, I did it because I love you guys and I had the ability to talk. I don't talk over everybody. I've sat here and listened to you guys ramble for hours.
Frankie hasn't said anything, though.
He didn't even let me get out what I was talking about, Mike.
Finish your point. Finish
No,
what you're saying.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, God.
Done, Frankie. Fuck you, man.
Happy 200.
Cool. Yeah.
Come on.
So, anyways, I was going to mention that, we're talking about Peter's point here where they're talking about PS4 and PS5 games. There was a point where Jim Ryan said everything we show from here on in is going to be next generation. So, Kena, Bridge of Spirits, Hitman 3, Goodbye Volcano High, Oddworld Soulstorm, Little Devil Inside, which is a Kickstarter game, are all cross generation. So, like Peter said, why do I want to upgrade when I'm still going to have games like Hitman 3, Oddworld, Soulstorm coming to the PS4? Like, how is that an immediate selling point for me then?
Yeah, show me side by side. Show me ray tracing on off. If that's really why I need that hardware for. Show me. Sure, the SSD is nice. The games will load faster. Okay, I mean that's more like a convenience thing. Like
Like I was really watching this show today to have them convince me I need to be a multi-console owner. Like I own an Xbox. I own multiple Xboxes. I own a Switch only because I traded it with somebody. But I've never owned a PlayStation, and I was really hoping today that they were going to convince me that I need to get one. And I honestly didn't see anything that blew my socks off.
And that's the problem is that, and I got this problem with both of the consoles is that I'm not seeing anything that says to me I need this day one. What I'm seeing is, well, or whatever John's point was trying to make, I get that, you need new games and the games are probably going to be nice and that kind of thing, but there's, yes, you go where the games are, but man, they're asking you to spend probably $500 and maybe $600, it all depends, to play stuff that I'll be out before the show. I'm still trying to get through The Last of Us, the remaster on the PS4, and it looks phenomenal. And when I'm on my Xbox One X, the games look incredible, absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
So what am I looking at that is supposed to tell me, Dreadpool said, if you want Spider-Man, you need to upgrade. Paywalls suck. That's really what this is.
And that's the thing. Let's go to the Spider-Man. So they're saying any PS5 games are going to be only on PS5, right? So is this Spider-Man with Miles? Is it a DLC or is it it looks like a full-fledged game, but so that I guess I'm pretty sure Spider-Man is going to be enhanced to the PS5. So I'm just wondering, like this is, but you can only play this on PS5. I would imagine, just like Ratchet and Clank, the new one, which I will say I've never played Ratchet and Clank, but I really did enjoy that Ratchet and Clank showing where he was going through different worlds, just seamlessly, right? And it looked pretty cool. And I thought, to me, okay, it's hard to project these games, when you're showing them in 1080p 30, right? But what's so next gen about it? But when I saw the depth of that game, and you're going through worlds, and then you're showing other stuff that you can do, and at the same time, to me, that shows depth, and to me, that looks next gen. So I think there's some features there that I don't think you could probably do on this gen as well, maybe. So I saw some of that, but if you go back to the Gran Turismo 7, when it first started, I thought it looked cool. But then when they jumped into the driving scene, they kind of went to the map and then they went in. It didn't. That part didn't really impress me. Like, it didn't really give me the. I loved Gran Turismo on the PS1 and PS2. Played the shit out of them. But I didn't see any. I'm sure they're going to show more, and so hopefully, get me pumped up a little bit more for that. But Horizon Zero Dawn, like I said, it didn't look good. The show didn't look good on my TV in the living room. But Horizon Zero Dawn looked very good, and some of these other indies. So,
yeah.
But for me, I'm not gonna jump on the PS5 right away. I want the all digital one, but I'd rather have a black console. I don't really care for white. I didn't care for the S. It's in my daughter's room now, and it looks dirty. So I don't like white consoles. So, but I'm excited to play a couple of these games. But it's very hard. I mean, even Phil said that it's very hard, especially right now. Especially going through the COVID-19, everybody's at home. Nobody's really can get together and really put a good production on these shows. And I think Sony did a great job on this. You can tell that they did the best what they did.
I like the flow of the show.
Yeah, it was a good flow. Not a lot of talking. It was a good mix of different types of games. So, so some of these. So I assume like your big games, your big AAA ones like this, is only gonna be on PS5, right? They didn't say it, but I guess you. What's the name? I already kind of mentioned that earlier in the week on Twitter, right? So, but like Frankie, I didn't know that he was saying how some of these other games, the indie games and stuff like that, those are gonna be cross-gen, right, Frankie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't catch some of that. So.
Because they didn't mention it.
Yeah, they're not going to, but I can imagine that some of these smaller indie games, smaller studios, they need to make money. How are you going to make money only on locked to one console? So, I mean, it makes sense to be on PS4 and PS5. And maybe some might be on Xbox too.
Or PC. Like the Square Enix one?
Yeah.
I forgot the starts with an A. It will be PS5 and PC.
Are you talking about the Square Enix game?
Yeah, I've got it.
Something.
Yep, hold on, I've got it. It's
But I was surprised.
Project Athia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Tokyo one. I remember that was shown at Bethesda.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is also a PS4.
Is it exclusive to PS5?
It is. Is
it or is it timed?
I think it's.
That one's timed.
I think it's fully exclusive. I'll have to take a look. But
that's strange, right? Because for a Bethesda game to be exclusive to
there's
PlayStation,
two. There's
two.
two.
No, that's two of them.
Normally, they must have really put some
Killer
money.
Wolf.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
De Niro says he believes it's timed.
It seems like it.
Ghostwire Tokyo, I think, is full. I think it's full. There's something.
And Frankie showed that other game earlier in the Discord, right, Frankie? You said that one was exclusive, and then I think I saw it again on Twitter.
Yeah, both of the Bethesda games are. Which Aaron Greenberg's tweet doesn't have those games listed, so
correct.
He would have mentioned it, but yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure it was ever not exclusive. I thought when Ghostwire was shown before that it was. The other one is Deathloop, by the way, which I also had. But I wanted to show this was everybody went nuts for Demon Souls.
Mike died.
It looks
I
cool,
died
but
just I died just watching it.
Yeah.
So
is Demon Souls kind of like a Dark Souls type?
That's the predecessor.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's shit too much for me.
Yeah.
Jedi Fallen was tough enough for me as it was, but it was Star Wars, so
I gotta play that still.
It's great.
The Horizon Zero Dawn looks good. I wish there was a little bit more. Remember the end of Horizon Zero Dawn? I felt it was kind of like a little cliffhanger with the Aloy. You have Aloy
with
Titan, and you have the other guy. I forgot his name.
I don't remember his name. He's voiced by Lance Reddick, though.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was hoping, they would show a little bit more about what's going on instead of just having some pretty stuff. So I didn't get too warm and fuzzy. I mean, it looks cool, but it's like I wish he would sell me on like, yes, I need this game, therefore I need a PS5.
See, there's my problem, is the fact that I've already invested so much money in Xbox. Hundreds. I have 500 plus games on Xbox.
Still in your backlog.
Yeah, my backlog is insane. And I was like, believe me, I wanted to have a PlayStation for a very, very long time. I mean, I still have the controller issue with the thumbsticks, the symmetrical thumbsticks. That's still a problem for me but I was really hoping that this showing was going to, I don't know, kick my ass and basically say you need to get this. And me knowing that in Canada, these consoles are going to cost me $750 after tax.
Right.
That's a $499 in US is $599 in Canada and $750 after tax. So I honestly can only afford one at a time.
Yeah.
And you know I'm gonna go where I can play my games.
But I'm in the same boat like you. I have more than an Xbox huge library to carry over, and that's what I like. That's what Xbox is gonna do, right?
And what about that 3-year
backlog
backlog of
and you backlog? Like, how do you find time? I can afford all the consoles, but how do you find time to play all these games if you own multiple consoles? You can't. When I had a PS4, I juggled back and forth. I loved Uncharted. I played Journey, and I played Spider-Man until my PS4 got stolen. You know, so it's hard to juggle between. You know, I guess you can, but I don't know.
It's hard
to justify it when you got a backlog.
I have a feeling that if I ended up getting a PlayStation 5, it'd be new phenomics for me, because I'd be selling that after like 6 months probably, because I know I wouldn't be playing it all that much.
Yeah.
Right.
So Chris, let me explain to you how backlogs are born. So Remedy tweeted out that Control is going to be coming to the Series X and the PS5. I haven't played it yet, so now that I know I'm going to have access to a better version, Jesse's going to push that off into next gen's backlog.
Yeah, I mean,
did we get
a lot of Xbox games, I can already do that.
De Niro says we're adults. Time is like non-existent, especially if you have kids. Oh.
Yeah.
Here's the trailer you were talking about, Peter, where
Yeah, and it's really hard to see, but I've seen
I'll be honest.
When
it
starts
better.
When you zoom in and you have the chrome pipes and stuff, you can really see what's going on. But
like this looks better.
That looks great right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, who's playing their games by when I play those racing games, I typically play it either in cockpit view or kind of like bumper view, so you don't see your own car, and that's where all the eye candy really shines.
It's hard to be impressed with racing games after the Forza series.
Yeah, but the Gran Turismo series.
The Gran Turismo is good though.
Yeah, it's let's be honest. It's a pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to have them because they keep themselves in check and making sure that they improve.
Crazy One would slap me for saying this, but honestly, I think racing games already look phenomenal, so every time I see a new one, it doesn't do much for me, because I'm always like, that last one looked pretty amazing.
And you get the same tracks.
Yeah, it's like how many times can you redo the same track?
I know.
It's like, okay, it looks slightly better. I see now.
We got the rest of the trees in this time.
But no
confusion. Got a real crowd instead of a picture.
If a bird poops on the windshield, I'd be impressed.
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
There you go. And bugs too. It's like that little deal, the Sarah. Who the fuck is that? I don't care for that. I don't need an assistant to help me choose my shit.
That one dude looked like the guy from Pawn Stars. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure this game it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
but I want to see more as far as the campaign mode and all that.
I'm spoiled though. If it's not Forza Horizon or a new Need for Speed, I have a hard time with games like Gran Turismo that are more simulation based. So like that, Project Cars, regular Forza. They look nice. But
unless it's the only game you play, and you get really good at it.
Yeah.
But it's like for just hey, let's do a couple of rounds. It's like it just takes too much.
Yeah, I had a coworker who loved it when Gran Turismo 5 finally came out. He lost his shit and had his vacation week then, And like he's just talking about like, oh yeah, dude, I've been sitting here tuning my car and blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't care. Did you get any sweet crashes?
Yeah. Well, like Crazy One, he
and-
plays a race, and each time when he like accidentally bumps it too hard, he restarts the whole race because he wants to do fair racing. And it's like, I don't have time for that. I'll use my rewind.
But like from this right here, I didn't see anything from this Forza 7. I mean, Gran Turismo 7 that can really be like, okay, any more better than what a Forza Motorsport has brought. Just better looking right now. And we still have yet to see Forza 8, so
yeah,
we're curious to see how they both compare.
And also with those racing games, I don't care about having like 4,000 cars. I'd rather have like, a ton of tracks, even fantasy tracks.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Well, one thing I like about Gran Turismo, I love the used cars section.
I'm not the type of person I don't tune cars. I don't change wheels. I just go with the stock vehicles and I just race them.
That's why I like GT. What's it called? Sega GT 2000 or something like that. Remember, you can you just upgrade simple parts like, oh yeah, you unlocked a better engine. Okay, just easy stuff like that. Upgrading cars like that, not that fine tuning stuff. It's like, I don't have time for that. And people are tuning it, and it's like, especially when you race online and somebody has a better tune. I really like the cars to be exactly the same. Really,
wasn't the Crew kind of like a weird middle ground where like better parts were kind of like weapon drops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of missed that game.
The Crew was fun.
We were talking at work like the racing game that I prefer, the type of game. Is like Test Drive Unlimited. Like that was my jam back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah,
this looks good too.
Yeah.
Oddworld. I thought this looked great.
Yeah, this is another one that's it's cross-gen, so
yeah.
I think it's gonna be like the last one where I'm assuming it's first on PlayStation, then eventually it'll come everywhere else.
That could be.
So a lot of these games could be first on PlayStation at launch?
I want to say so. That's what happened with New and Tasty. New and Tasty was on PS4 when it launched, and then I think a year later it came to Xbox. But
I was going to say real quick, what games do we know for sure are at launch? Was Horizon Zero Dawn 2 at launch?
No.
Did they even
didn't
say
put a date on that? The only thing I remember was Godfall and Spider-Man. And there might be there have been a couple of the indie games.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that Housemarque game is, which is strange because it looks like they kind of took the. I don't want to necessarily say the concept because it's not the full concept of the game, but they had that battle royale game they were trying to get off the ground. But the character design for that lady, like her whole outfit, looks sort of like the outfits they had for the characters in I can't remember the name of the game. I don't think they actually went through with it. Like they ran a couple betas, and then it's in the battle royale genre. It was just everybody was making a battle royale game. The NLG battle royale game was in beta, so I don't know, but it looks like that character model. But that just like Housemarque's games, that the game itself looks too like it's gonna play like their typical more old school arcade style of games, except obviously more visual striking. But their games are always fun, so I really hope that's a launch game. They said they seem to do pretty well at launch, like with Resogun, how that came out and was pretty much like the PS4 game to buy if you had one.
He's back.
Hello.
His background's blurry. He destroyed everything.
He blurred his background.
But like seeing some people in the chat, I would be honest too, and I kind of agree. I don't. Maybe besides the Spider-Man and maybe Gran Turismo, there's nothing really that like I have to have a PS5 day one, unless they have something else on the cards to show. But if it comes down to Halo Infinite and Spider-Man and Gran Turismo, I'd have to choose Halo Infinite. So,
but I can play Halo Infinite on my X.
True.
That's true.
But if
See,
that is true.
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta go back though, because John, we showed the Gran Turismo trailer, which actually looked miles better than what they showed on the show.
Yeah, but this one was 60 frames that you showed.
Yes, one of the few.
Yeah, it did look better.
And I know you mentioned this is one of the games that's in your list. Like when you were rattling off the games that were exciting you. Like I could see.
John, I am so sorry, dude. I did not expect you to just. I'm sorry, man.
No, it's all right. It's. I love you guys. You know it.
We've all had a long day.
Usually I'm the odd man out though. Usually,
no.
I am the odd man out because
John, you know that I am a big trophy hunter myself. I'm constantly playing on the PlayStation. I love the Xbox, but my
I know that it's not that. It's the F you and stop and talking and all that. That's what. Did it. You know.
Joking. Come on, we are all doing that today. Come on, I told Frankie to shut up how many times today?
Exactly.
It's all right. I'm not going to talk anymore until Michael says I can say so.
Stop!
Yeah, make sure you raise your hands or your thumb.
Yeah.
I am going to raise my hand because I don't want to talk over anybody.
Oh, good Lord.
So to Chris's point though, and Mike's too, like, in terms of like these launch games, like since we don't know if Spider-Man's really like a full new Spider-Man game or if it's like a standalone expansion, which would be kind of slightly disappointing if that's a launch title. Is hey, here's a standalone expansion, still cool, but why not put it on the console that's already out with it? So at the same time on that, like Mike said, he can play Halo on his X. John, who perfectly came back right now, doesn't have an X, so I don't know that everybody out there went and upgraded to an X. They didn't buy 7 of them like Chris did, so John's gonna be going from his Xbox One S Halo Infinite to a Series X Halo Infinite. Like, to him, that is a generational leap. Mm-hmm. To us who have an X playing Halo Infinite, it'll look a little nicer. It'll be like that initial bump, like from the PlayStation 4 to the Pro, where you have that little more horsepower in there, and it's going to make the game look beautiful.
It's going to load a little faster?
Yeah, a little bit faster. But like to John, if he fires up Halo Infinite on his S and then fires it up on his Series X, like he's going to be fucking blown away.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
John, talk.
John, your turn.
No, I agree. Yeah. It's your show, Frankie.
Oh God, come on! All right, enough.
John agrees.
This is our
okay.
200th
Maybe that's
show.
the
Come on.
I agree.
Come on, John.
No, I have. Nobody wants to listen to me.
Oh my God! How many Stella Arises or whatever the hell you call me have you actually?
I'm going to have a lot more after the show.
He let a genie out of the bottle. And
you guys know I love you. It just Frankie hurt my feelings bad. I'm sorry.
How many more times do I need to apologize to you?
John,
you don't have to apologize once. What's done is done.
John, what any of these games? What strikes you as next gen? Which games strike you as next gen?
I don't know. I between the Xbox show and this one, I don't know if any of the games just like. I don't know if I've watched one game that's just made me go, "Oh my God, what am I looking at?" But then again, that could be because I'm putting on expectations that are a little too high, or maybe it's too early yet. I mean,
normally
I really don't. Usually, when these new consoles come out, usually it takes a while for the games to get up to snuff. The first year or two. So who knows? I don't know. I mean, I looked at the Xbox Series X debut, and I looked at the PS5 debut, and I was excited about some games, but that was about it. I don't know what is next gen. That's a good question.
Well, like I was telling these guys, I thought I've never played a Ratchet and Clank game, but I thought that to me looked like a next gen Ratchet and Clank.
Well, the other Ratchet and Clank on the PS4 looks beautiful. It's a beautiful looking game.
I've seen it, but after watching this, to me that looks like a step up.
Right.
I think when you get your PS5, I assume that one will be backwards compatible, and I don't know if it's going to be tainted by like what the PS5 can do to like last gen games for backwards compatibility. But I'd start there in case this is a sequel to that, because they usually do sequels and whatnot. So
Okay.
I think the one on the PS4 looks fantastic. So like to me, having them make that game look better, and I think they were talking about like, oh well, we have ray tracing now, so you know light illuminates off of Clank now. It's like small touches like that that are just going to make the game look a lot more probably Pixar-y.
Wish they could put them side by side, especially if it's for both platforms. So like, hey,
But I
look,
think
this is what you miss if you don't get a a next gen system, and that's
But
for
I think they
PlayStation
can
and
still
Xbox.
do
It's
that.
like a really,
Yeah, I think they still will do that, but it's been kind of hard for them to actually get together and kind of plan this stuff and put the production that they need to do to really kind of try to show the difference, because they really haven't had a chance to do that. And like
Yeah.
Phil said, right now trying to show that difference through streaming, and here we are looking at this stuff to 1080p 30 when they first show it, it's kind of hard to really
Yeah, but look at
get
Digital
excited for,
Foundry. When do we need to wait for that for their analysis and stuff, and have and we'll be able to count blades of grass or rays of ray tracing?
Yeah, it'd be interesting on how Xbox's next show in July, how they try to show, their first party and all that.
Siberia.
Siberia.
I haven't seen
Siberia's in the
Siberia in
house.
forever.
He's been working a lot, so.
Oh, I know
Good to have
one.
you here, brother.
I know
and then
another.
Woody showed up earlier, so.
Oh, he did? Hold on, there was another. Here's the Horizon Forbidden West. So, to be honest, I didn't see this. Except for on the show, so I'm interested to see how it looks here. What was nice that they closed with this too, because
Yeah.
Well, you have to. I mean, this is your biggest game. Yeah, it makes sense.
I wish you had more of these, kind of impact games in the throughout the show.
But I think it's still too early though to kind of.
Yeah.
So even if this doesn't come out this year, it should be coming out early next year. I think it'd be due.
Yeah, holiday 21. You think?
I don't know. I can see it coming out in March, spring.
Yeah, it's probably a
21.
spring.
Yeah.
It's been a while since the first one.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, this looks much better in the 60. But I thought it looked great too then. But
this is not 60; it's 30.
No, this is 30 still.
You got Mike good.
No, Mike. See,
but it looks better. It looks better on my TV here in the.
It looks. I mean, see now this, and that's why I said earlier on Twitter. I said the stream is not doing them any it's not helping them. I said I'm going to grab all these later for the show because the stream was not helping them. I mean, this looks better than what I saw when I was watching the show. Now, does it look? See,
I didn't play the first one, so I can't really say does this look next gen.
No, it looks better than the first one. I will say that.
Yeah.
But although we're not seeing any gameplay here, but again, I'm playing The Last of Us Remastered, and I'm not seeing a generational leap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm having an issue. And that's on a base PS4 and that's how good. I mean, look, that's how good Naughty Dog is.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see how 2 looks on a base PS4.
I don't know.
It'll probably still look good.
I mean, you guys are all getting the second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second one of what?
Last of Us. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Nope.
I'm curious.
I just finished the first one.
So. I'm almost there. I'm curious.
Man,
what
they're
the
very
second one looks
stingy with trophies, though. Jeez.
Yeah,
I don't think
especially.
I don't think I've gotten any.
Goodness.
Don't own a PS4, remember?
Oh, that's right, you don't. So you're gonna miss Ghost of Tsushima.
I know, and that's a game
That's
that
the
I
one
want
I
to play.
would rather play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Stealth
that's the one that
Samurai.
Yeah.
I love that type of stuff.
That's the one I'm looking most forward to. Yeah, if I win Ainsley's, then I'll play it first day. But I'm more looking for Ghosts at this point.
Yeah, I think Ghost would be the first game I play when I get a PS5.
Well, I hear that.
I know you had good taste.
I heard that PS Now has got some major discounts, so maybe if they have this like crazy buy it for 1 year for like $50 Canadian, then I might get it, knowing that those games may come there in the future.
Yeah, and like I agree with like Bloodstack. You know, you probably won't see a next gen jump until about 6 months to a year. I mean, but like on the PS4, what game really stood out until maybe Uncharted 4?
No.
I mean, most launch games don't.
I would say God of
hates
War.
that game. Really?
You know,
I think God of War was like the first. No, I take that back. Maybe The Order.
The Order was such a good-looking game.
I wouldn't say Uncharted 4 though. I think Uncharted 4. It looked good, but
No,
it
Rise
didn't
Zero
look...
Dawn. That was before God of War.
Yeah, and that looked phenomenal. I mean,
that does look good.
Look,
yeah.
Rise, Son of Rome, still stands the test of time.
I mean that one when you saw that looked like next gen.
But that's because of Crytek and what they do with their engine.
Yeah,
they're
But
wizards.
as far as the first party exclusives, you know, I thought Halo 5 looked next gen.
Especially the facial animations in Halo 5.
The campaign. I mean,
were
the
amazing.
depth of the atmosphere. No, it was a beautiful game.
I don't know. Maybe I was spoiled by Master Chief. I didn't think it. I mean, I thought it looked good. I didn't think it looked a generation better.
Yeah.
Gears looked a generation better, but I didn't think Halo did.
4 or 5?
Well,
Both?
I liked 4. People didn't like 4, but I liked 4.
I loved 4, but that was
I
my
liked them
first
all.
Gears game, so I mean,
that's the thing. It's just got to look. And I get, you know, I'm trying to think what else came out at launch for the PS4 and Xbox One that, I mean, Rise
Knack,
and
man.
I think Rise was there. Maybe Rise.
No.
It wasn't
the
a launch game, but Infamous Second Son on the PS4 that thing came
Yeah,
out.
I heard that.
That was a good looking game.
That looked amazing.
I mean, you know, and don't forget too, you know, there comes a point of diminishing returns. I think we're getting to a point of how much better can it really look than what it looks like now. Like how much better than a PS Pro and an Xbox One X can you get? I mean, where is that power going?
I think it might be more like, you know, what we have the SSD load times, 60 frames per second, steady frames, you know.
But you're not even getting 60 frames per second consistently at this point.
Well, that's too soon.
Right. Yeah,
but that's
really say that until they start showing actual gameplay when the game is pretty close to coming out. So, I mean, we're just looking at trailers and a little bit of gameplay mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
We can't really fully judge these games until they're about to come out. There's just no way.
I didn't realize this. That Peter, that Square Enix game you're talking about, Project Athia or whatever, that's the Final Fantasy 15 team.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So Blues Tech says we're a quarter of the way there via GPU computing power to realistic human models and scenery in games. But yeah, and that could be. And maybe that's when the investment comes in. I mean, you know, but how
you can do deep fakes on the fly with a console.
Well, you know, you just
you need a camera.
Heard recently that Ninja Theory Hellblade 2 is going to be on Unreal Engine 5. So
it was already running on subsets of,
it did, yeah.
Unreal 5.
So when we start seeing a lot of these games being played on updated next-gen engines, I think Slipspace is going to be impressive. I think you will, until they really show it, but I have a feeling you're going to see a difference between that and being played on Xbox One X compared to Series X. I think you will see the difference. It's not, there's so much more going on that they can be played on these next-gen games that you will see the difference between being played on this gen. But we just haven't seen that yet.
Maybe scenes will be more dense, drawing distances and other stuff.
Hey Chris, Ratchet and Clank is $10.
On PC?
Ooh. No.
On PC? What?
I think I got it.
I don't have a PlayStation.
I think I got it
that's
for free.
true.
Look, you're buying the digital one, so it doesn't make sense for you to buy a Ratchet and Clank disc.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy a disc.
Exactly. It's on sale right now for $10.
All right. I'll pick it up, put it to my backlog.
There you go. Let's just get started on the backlog now.
Yeah, maybe if you didn't buy that, 7th Xbox, you could have gotten a PS4 again.
Yeah.
It's Cyberpunk. Hold on. It's Cyberpunk. The hell? No. The hell I didn't. Come on.
You know what?
Nice.
I just... Look.
No.
I'm really excited about that game, but I just don't... That console doesn't do much for me. I only want it because it comes with Cyberpunk.
I like it. Especially the backside.
The console? That looks dope. I almost bought it, and then
on the backside, you can feel
cool.
you can feel the,
Oh wait, you have the controller, right?
Yep.
Isn't the
Well, I do
so
too.
over the face buttons? Is there like I don't remember if that one had like something that looks like an indentation over them. Oh, it doesn't. So it's not like it's not like the Gears one, right? Where it has like indentations.
Like in the middle,
around
you can feel. In the middle, you can feel it has a gap.
Where it cracks.
Back
and stuff.
And in the future, you can feel scratches where it says no future.
This
it's a
reminds
good-looking,
me.
That is a nice looking controller in person.
It is.
It is.
It's really nice.
It is. And I'll tell you what, maybe around December time, maybe I'll decide to sell it. I don't know. But it's already going up in price. To me, it's worth the price. I got it at $299. I saw it, when I go, I get up early to go to work, and so I saw that Walmart had.
Yeah, I saw it late at night. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, when I sell it.
But when I tried to get it look on Amazon, they didn't have it ready, and so I said, I'll just get it. And Microsoft Store didn't even have it ready that early, so I went ahead and got it from the Walmart, and then later on when I was looking at the Amazon, they had it for $3.99 later on in that day. So, yeah.
Should have just gone. Should have ordered at $3.99. They had a good price adjustment, because I think then they dropped.
Yeah. So now I'm happy with it. I'll enjoy it right now until that time comes for the holiday. We'll see.
All right. Oh, I'm trying to get through all of these trailers. Here's that other Bethesda game, Deathloop.
Yeah, I saw that Dreadpool. I need to check that out. He was saying that if you get a black light, you can see there's a message.
Oh, at the bottom, right?
Yeah.
When you're like a flash.
Like a
face,
a thank you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
What they should have done is giving you a little, chat ski, like light with it. I don't know.
Maybe it's just a dick pic.
That gives it away. It is a dick pic.
So, what's the scoop on this? Is this kind of taking the Obsidian route to? This kind of looks like Wasteland a little bit. Ooh.
Well, you said this is Deathloop, right?
Yeah, it looks very much like Dishonored.
Yeah,
Dishonored.
Dishonored feel. It's got a BioShock feel. It's got a We Happy Few feel.
Yeah.
I can see a little We Happy Few. I could
Just
see a
like
little of that.
the happy unsettlingness of the world.
Yeah.
Is this cross-gen or just PS5?
This is just PS5 and I think PC.
Huh. Oh yeah, that's right. I see it.
That's why you build that PC.
That's right. Thank you, Coop.
That's right. BlueStack says PC wins all.
John, I've been talking too much. You gotta tag in, man.
That's it? Oh, yeah.
So here's a.
I'm playing my Switch.
Here's the PC that I just
No,
built.
you're not. You hate
Got the
Nintendo.
green light, green fence.
He's playing his Switch console.
Is that your super quiet tower there, Fastback?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna
very
have,
quiet.
I think
Love
I'm
the
gonna.
fence.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a bigger case because sometimes
This is
my
the-
my computer sounds like a jet engine.
Yeah, this is a mid case.
Yeah,
Krista, you
Scoop a
get
case to
break.
buy. When I was building my PC, Coop said like, "Oh, here's a cool case." I bought it.
Yeah.
It's like huge.
So
Does it have lights?
Yes.
is this an online game? Is that what this is?
I don't know, but that's the second time I've seen somebody break their neck by twisting their head just about clean off.
That's how you do it.
People are strong, dude. Did you see that guy? Like, he
Yeah.
shot his head and it looked like he shot off half his body.
Good grief. It's almost, what was that game that came out? It was an indie shooter where when you shot people, you saw the bam and the pow and all that. Kind of looks like that a little bit. I'm not sure I'm getting the Bioshock
Void
wave.
Bastards?
Yeah, Void Bastards. I'm not sure I'm getting the Bioshock on that, though.
You know where I see the Bioshock is with the. It looks like the augments. You know, like the powers.
Ah. Okay.
Yes, that's where I get the Dishonored vibes.
Oh, it is a console exclusive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I don't think it's timed, which is very strange considering that's Bethesda.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
You know, I thought Todd Howard and Phil Spencer were like besties.
Well, you know,
Well, maybe they
Called
gave him
up
a
the
lot of
Arcade
money.
Boys in.
yeah.
Did you ever see that the interview with Tim Schafer after Microsoft announced they got
Yes,
Double
I
Fine?
saw that. That was
They were like,
hilarious.
what if we give you a bunch of money? And I said, okay.
So,
De Niro's saying it's console exclusive for a limited time.
Yeah,
He said he
I
saw
would,
it, said,
I would believe that. I would have a hard
Yeah.
time believing that it's permanent. It's Bethesda, like Mike said. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
You know what's so ironic? I see this game and then it's like, all those loudmouths that were saying about like, oh, Xbox has all those kiddie games and other stuff.
I know.
And then when they
Yeah.
showed this, I just had to laugh. I mean, this looks cute. Don't
does.
get me
My
wrong.
daughter
But
likes
it's like,
Yeah,
None of those
people are so
people-
there's so many
stupid. It is stupid because
It is.
a game is a game. It doesn't matter if it what aesthetic.
Like, I
it is,
honestly,
you know.
when I watched this the showing, I was glad to see all the diversity.
Yeah.
I didn't want to just see third person over the shoulder action games, which
Yeah.
Sony is known for. I was happy to see this. Same as when I saw the Xbox show.
It looked like
I was
ribs
happy to see the
walking.
diversity.
Yeah.
see, but here's the other problem I kind of have with it is looking at this, like, how isn't this possible on what we already have?
Oh yeah.
No, true.
I mean, the game looks great. I mean, I loved Octodad, but I feel like this would work on my PS4.
But is this PS5 only or cross-gen? It's got to be cross-gen.
This one, I couldn't find anything about cross-gen just yet, because I was looking through them after I noticed a couple were, so I was trying to figure out if any others were. I couldn't find anything about this or that cat game, Stray.
Yeah.
A lot of alcoholic.
Oh,
cost,
let me show that trailer while we're
Yeah.
because I have that
That's
trailer.
probably what he
too.
was all excited about
I think so.
this entire
Yeah.
time.
He's
That-
waiting.
that's why I had his Twitter icon all like a PS5 with a categories.
He was waiting for that cat game.
Oh, it is PS4.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. No, there you go. PS5, PS4. Also, it said limited time on PC. and then coming to PC. So
Yeah,
this is the cat game.
Bug snacks. It's like driving a motorcycle.
Or did I show this already? I might have.
You
shown
might
this
have.
already.
We didn't talk about it if you did.
Yeah.
Or
I mean, it's a
up
cool,
at a
it's a
bad
cool
time.
looking game. So, play it one day.
But again, is it?
Rest in peace, humans.
No.
Humans died. Only robots and cats.
What you think about this one, John?
It looks interesting.
You sound excited.
Deep thoughts.
You don't want to play. You don't want to. You don't want to run around. You don't want to run around as a pussy. In the futuristic robotic world. Come on now.
Oh
God. All right, so final thoughts, and I, it's unfortunately you're gonna have to save my the Sega Game Gear Micro. Screw you, Sega. That's what I got to say about that. I got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing.
Two old eyes for that shenanigans.
I got nothing.
We got fooled.
You know, if they had added a vibration feature, that would sold like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for ruining. I mean, Sega. I grew up Sega, and I don't recognize the Sega that is here now. I get Frankie. I get that you love the
on PS4 too.
There you go. I get that you love the Yakuza games and whatnot, but this is just not. This isn't Sega. When you had to farm out Sonic to a third party or another third party to make your Sonic game, that's when that's when I knew the writing was on the wall. And now the Game Gear Micro. I'm not even going to rehash everything that, $50 per. There's 4 of them. Each one has 4 different games on it. The screen is
old games. You need to get them all.
The screen is as small as a VMU. Thanks a lot, Sega. Thanks a lot.
I'll get one for my 7-year-old.
Hey,
you gotta get off the floor though.
Never see them again.
Oh.
At least the Sega Genesis Mini was amazing.
Yes.
Had great games, and I spent a lot of money on wireless gamepads for that thing.
Nice.
Was there a Sega Master System Mini, or did they skip to the Genesis?
No, but you can mod the Sega Genesis Mini to play the Master System games on.
You can put those in a piñata.
I have to get with you, Jay. Like,
what?
Send it down to me.
I couldn't get it.
Send it down to me. I'll send it back to you with 10,000 games.
Because I thought about like messing with my Wii or whatever and like turn it into an emulator machine with a bunch of Nintendo games. So
keep it in the Nintendo family.
Yeah.
No.
Everything's a Nintendo, Mike.
All right, so final thoughts on the show. I think we all know where we are with whether or not this hyped us up or not, got us any more excited. But thoughts on the show itself?
I think they showed a diverse set of games that look interesting. What I've already said, like, does it warrant a next gen? I don't know.
I think I was most impressed with how many times and how many variations that they were able to show 3D versions of the X, square, circle, and triangle.
That kind of tired me out. It's like once we were like close to the hour mark, it's like, okay, can this be over with?
Chris?
Yeah, this game looks interesting.
Yeah.
I think overall, I thought it was a good show. Definitely with their first party, and then some of the ones they're bringing over, and especially working with Bethesda, whether they're exclusive, time exclusive for launch. But if I was getting a PS5 at launch, I think I would be happy with some of these games that I've seen, along with third party, that would be coming. But I'll be waiting on a PS5.
Okay.
I'm definitely. I like the overall look of the. I'm glad they finally revealed the look.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happier to see that there's an all digital, because that's what I will be getting. I'm all about the digital stuff.
Yeah. Watch GameStop stock drop even more tomorrow.
But I'm very curious about the price, because you know, the wording from what's his name,
Numbnuts Ryan.
Yeah, that price on those, I could see maybe $4.99, $5.99. I don't know. That'd be crazy, but we'll see.
Let me ask you something. So you have the all digital one. So would you be interested in it if it was the same price as the disc drive, but you had double the storage capacity?
Yep.
Not gonna happen.
Absolutely not. But
I don't know. I still think I can see them both the same price. They're just giving people a choice. You want one with disc? You got one with the 2 terabyte SSD.
I can see the old digital one being 100 more.
Really?
SSD,
for twice the storage.
Because the SSD 2 terabyte alone.
2 terabyte.
Yeah.
Just the disc drive itself is like.
Yeah.
You know. Wholesale is like maybe $10.
That's their own stuff.
Retail $50. So, you know.
But what if it's a 4K
SSD? It's so much more expensive.
Yeah, but what if it's a 4K Blu-ray player? I mean, it's got to be.
Same. I mean, it's
how expensive is that? That's their own stock, ain't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
they don't have to
they
pay
got
royalties to themselves and all that stuff. So
they got them in the Xbox One S, and that thing is what, $200? So
is that a? Oh, that is a 4K Blu-ray.
It is. It's a 4K Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
That's because Xbox.
Remember what was the price difference between the sad and the not so sad?
How did people keep calling it that? It's the Sade.
$50 or was it $100?
Yeah, Sade. I thought it was $100 at a regular price, not on sale.
Oh, okay.
Because the X is was $3.99, and the Sade was $2.99 at the beginning.
Sade.
Sade.
Sade. All right.
Sexy did.
Down the panel.
One thing they didn't talk about is battery life and a controller. That better be like
they don't want to talk about that.
No, they ain't gonna talk about that. All right. Overall on the show, John.
I enjoyed the show. I thought the game lineup was diverse. There were 8 or 9, maybe even more exclusives, what I would consider AAA games, and that was a big deal with me. That one of the things I look for when I buy a new console is what kind of exclusives, what games do they offer me that the competitor doesn't? That, to me, that trumps everything. So the Gran Turismo, I love my racing games like Forza and stuff. So Gran Turismo, Spider-Man, Demon's Souls, Ratchet & Clank is phenomenal, Horizon Zero Dawn, all those games, and even Astro's Playroom, the sequel to the VR game. All those exclusive games that's the reason I bought my PlayStation when I did 4 years ago. So just seeing those games, regardless of what I thought about the graphics, gives me like a full go on the console. Like it's an automatic day one for me just because of the games they showed today.
Okay. And look, it sets you up for the future. I get that. It's I can understand that.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was good. Other than that, they showed some third parties like Hitman 3, things like that. That looked awesome. And the Oddworld, I don't know the Oddworld game. I don't know. I'm imagining that's third party too.
Yes.
I mean, so those 2 games. And if you're a basketball fan, the NBA 2K21, that looked awesome. So there were a lot of third party games that I thought looked excellent as well. But I was actually I was looking for the exclusives, and I was very pleased with what I saw today because there were actually, I believe, just as many, if not more, exclusive games showed than third parties. And that, like I said, that's what's going to make me as a buyer decide. If somebody said, John, why are you going to buy a PlayStation or why are you going to buy an Xbox? I'm going to say because of these exclusives. It's never third party for me. It's not a battle of which third-party games look best on what system. It's what are the exclusive games that each system offers.
You know what game was missing? MLB The Show.
Well,
that's a good point.
You know, I can't believe no one has mentioned this Resident Evil game yet.
Yeah, Resident Evil, the number 8 Village.
Yeah.
I have that. Do I have that trailer? Hang on. Well, I wanted to see. I mean, you mentioned Hitman 3, so I brought the Hitman 3 trailer up. Did I get the Resident Evil? I guess
No,
Capcom. Oh, I got. Yeah, I do have it. Hang on. I guess.
May have, but we were probably talking.
I didn't play it yet. I guess Capcom is just a Resident Evil factory now.
I thought that other game with the female, like an astronaut, I thought that looked interesting too.
Yeah, it's a Housemarque game.
That's the Housemarque? Okay, yeah. I thought that looked interesting.
Was that one of the ones that Aaron tweeted out about? Because Housemarque talked about going multiplayer.
That one's a Sony XDev thing.
Oh.
So it's one of their worldwide studios support things.
Okay. I mean, on the other side of that, Housemarque has always had a really tight relationship with Sony. Mm-hmm. So it would surprise me if it wouldn't surprise me if it was console exclusive.
Yeah, I want to say, did Nex Machina come to Xbox? That was their last game they did. That wasn't like that was their one of their first games they did as an independent. Like,
no, I don't think it did. I don't think it did. No,
I could have sworn I saw somebody playing on Xbox earlier.
I don't.
It is on PC.
I thought
so if
30J was playing.
Hang on, let me look it up.
Or maybe he was playing on PS4.
I'm usually wrong. Of course, I could call it Ex Machina.
There you go.
Speaking of machinas,
it is not on Xbox.
No, I didn't think it was. So
that's a missed opportunity. That probably would have done pretty okay over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Frankie, your final thoughts on the show?
Overall, I don't know. I'm still at a point where I'm not excited about next gen yet. The console itself, I think, looks cool. I think both of them, like the Series X and the PS5, both look really cool. Like it'll be nice having, an Xbox that's not necessarily just a regular box like the last one. So that's cool. I'm glad we finally got to see that Tokyo Ghostwire game. That sounded really cool when Bethesda initially announced it. So actually seeing some gameplay, that was really great to see. I was kind of surprised to see that there, honestly. And then this, Resident Evil 8 was one of those heavily rumored ones that, people were talking about Chris being, a bad guy, and now here he is. So I'll be curious to see, what happens there and why Chris is kind of this bad dude now. I haven't played Hitman 2 yet, but from what I understand, Hitman 3 picks up right where 2 leaves off. So I'll be curious to see if they're still doing that online thing. I don't know if they are with 2 or not. I haven't played it, so I don't know if anyone else has. If if it's like the first one where you got to be connected to the internet to play the story. But yeah, that's cool. But again, that'll be out on the PS4.
You still have to do this, or did they patch that out?
I don't know. I thought I know they were talking about it. I know there's an offline mode for the first game, I think, but you still have to connect to the internet for like the elusive targets and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, Ratchet and Clank looks fantastic. I love those games. So that's when I do eventually get a PS5. That'll be one of the first games I pick up. Spider-Man, I want to see more of. I want to know that this is another game I can buy and drop another 30, 40 hours into like I did with the last one. Oddworld, I love that series, so I was really happy to finally see some gameplay and see that okay, this game's going to be coming out pretty soon. I love Lord Landing. I love just the weird ass worlds that his team makes. So that'll be really great when that finally hits. Yeah, so I mean, overall, I mean, there's definitely some cool stuff there, but again, like Oddworld, I assume they're going to be doing the cross-buy thing again with some of these digital titles. So, you know, when Oddworld comes out on PS4, if I buy it, it'll give me the PS5 version, get the PS5 later on, play it on there, whatever. But yeah, like you guys have said, though, I don't see anything that's making me want to run out whenever, you know, this thing launches in holiday. You know, I'm gonna be really happy with my Amico, I feel like, so.
This one looks cool. The one that's playing right now. I'm interested in this one. I like the art style.
Yeah.
Oh, this is that Little Devils game.
Yeah.
Yep,
Little Devil Inside. Yeah. It's a South Korean developer.
Yeah. Is this question or?
Yeah, this is actually a Kickstarter game.
Yeah.
Nice.
I really love that part where he showed he dropped the bomb and then what's his name's on the tail end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
This does look neat.
Yeah.
So,
Very unique.
So Jay, what was your take on the show?
I'm actually glad you're coming to me now because it's 1:30 a.m.
I know. And
my time.
Oh yeah.
I keep forgetting you're an hour ahead of all of us.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've kind of expressed what I thought earlier. I was hoping that it was going to convince me to get one. I don't think it's done that. Mind you, I am impressed with what they've shown. As for the console appearance, yeah, it doesn't look, honestly, and I know this may turn some heads, but it doesn't look like they put a lot of effort into that look because it looks like something I've seen before.
Really?
Yeah, it looks like
a router?
like a Netgear router or something that I've seen. I might actually have a modem or something down in my basement that looks very similar to that. I don't know.
I mean, it's not.
I agree. That's the first thought that came to me.
You know, like I don't get all that excited over the look of consoles. They sit in a shelf, right?
True.
I never look at them again.
True.
So that doesn't impress me at all. But the diversity of the games impressed me. You know, I'm a graphic guy, so when I see shiny things, I get impressed. So, but other than that, you know, like I said, I was impressed with what they showed. Is it going to make me run out and get a PS4 day one? Probably not. Mainly because of the cost of consoles in Canada.
True. So, yep. All right.
But yeah.
The style of the PS5. It's hard to tell how wide it is, but I'm curious, like how much room is in there for a good airflow to keep that thing cool.
Did you guys look at the picture? Did you guys look at the picture that I posted in the
I'm gonna put it
chat?
up. Yeah, I'll put it up real quick.
So this was sent to me by Dreadpool. I'm not sure
he
where
sent
got
it. He
from.
sent it to me too, and I saw it on the I saw it on Twitter. Give me a second.
And I was already making a comment about the size, and you know, until now, we really don't have a size comparison because these things don't exist yet. But if you compare the size of the controllers against the size of the consoles, this PlayStation 5 looks like a beast.
I'll tell you what, the PS4 Pro was huge and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you look at the base, it's almost as wide as the Series X. The holder,
But still looks cool that it's sleek as far as
it is.
width.
It's a sleek looking machine for sure.
It'll fit on
from
my
the front.
desk.
It looks very sleek.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does. I like the way it looks. I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I made a comparison earlier today. I said the PS5 looks like a quesadilla, and the Xbox and the Xbox Series X looks like one of those molten lava cakes that you would eat after you eat the quesadilla.
It's one of those things that you can't unsee now.
Quesadilla. Oh my god! I will say this about the DualSense though. I think that I like the. It looks like the depth of the grips are deeper than the DualShock. I gotta go get my DualShock 4 because that looks like that would be more comfortable in my hand than the DualShock 4.
Mm-hmm. It does, yeah. It looks
Hang on.
wider. It looks, yeah, I like that.
Well, on that note, gentlemen, I think I'm going to have to bid you all adieu. I appreciate you guys having me. I'll wait till Mike comes back. There you go, Mike. Let him get his headset on.
Yeah, it was awesome having you with us, Jay.
Jay, I'm really sorry about earlier. I did not want that to be like your debut on the show.
Oh, no, this wasn't that. I've been on the show once before.
I am too, Jay.
Yeah. Not a problem. Not a problem. Listen, if you guys understood what we go through on a Tuesday night on Retro Renegades, this is nothing.
How are you guys still friends?
I know, sometimes you would swear that Super and I were gonna jump through the computer at each other and just choke each other out like Homer and Bart. But
before you hop off, do the pitch, Retro Renegades.
Yes.
Oh, the Retro Renegades pitch. Okay. Well, I mean, I think a lot of the people in the chat are either from Retro Renegades or they already watch us. But yeah, so we have this little show called Retro Renegades that we air on Tuesday nights at. I'm trying to think what it is in Eastern. It's
We're
7
just an
p.m.
hour behind you.
7 p.m. Eastern. And what we do is we are sometimes between 5 and 7 people, and we gab about old games, and we play old games live on the show. It's not pre-recorded gameplay, although sometimes Super will cheat. And if he'll put up some pre-recorded stuff, but we normally are playing real live games. And the premise is that we play retro games. So last week there was a clusterfuck and shit didn't work out for me. I had a whole thing ready for Sega.
I still feel so bad about that.
That's not your fault, believe me. You know what it was? It was Restream messed up. Restream really messed up. Anyway, thankfully, because I host one week and Super hosts the next week, he just picked up where I left off and he just started hosting and he started playing some games. But that's what we do. We play old games. We drink a lot of beer, and we talk about we kind of put it like as if we were 14 and 15 years old at the arcade. What did you do then? A bunch of adolescents talking about boobs and beer and just whatever you want to talk about. We don't really have subjects, although subjects come up all the time. And some people are very passionate about gaming. I mean, I am too, but gaming isn't my only hobby. So, and we all like to gang up on people as well. So, what happened tonight?
Super.
Yeah, especially Super. So, what happened tonight? Believe me, it didn't make me flinch at all. I'm sorry that you guys had a little bit of a conflict, but I know you guys, and everything will be right as red tomorrow. So, everything's great.
Well, it was totally scripted.
Of course.
Yeah, this was rehearsed before the show. We practiced this before the show. Before you got on.
He's half not wrong.
Pretty much did. Yeah.
It was the game viewership, of course. I
did know it was going to happen. It was just a matter of when.
So that's what all that's what all that wrestling talk was earlier. You guys were preparing for the wrestling part of the show.
Oh God, if Dave Dahl was in the chat, he'd have loved this.
Yeah, he's a
Frankie tried to bait me, but
Frankie tries to bait everybody.
This is hard to get.
Okay, but a little bit of advice, John. Next time, you got to flip some shit in the air first before you do it.
Yeah, but he's got expensive stuff behind him. I mean, he has made money.
Yeah,
I'm too old. I'm getting too old for. Yeah.
Flip off
One of
your
these
hat.
days, I'll get you, Chris. I'm gonna get you too.
You're supposed to throw something at your TV and break it.
Jay, it was very nice having you on the show, man. The first time I've ever got to really actually see you and talk to you, so this was awesome.
No, I appreciated you guys even thinking. I mean, especially Mike. I mean, yes, Mike and I have known each other for a
Mike's
while, but
great.
But I just appreciate even you guys even thinking that I'm part of you.
Are you kidding? Are you fucking kidding? you're like I said, your graphic DNA is embedded in it. You will always be a part of Next Level Gaming, dude. You will always. I mean, I literally would have to do shit like that to. I mean, see, now I'm coming back around.
And I love being in Retro Renegades, Jay. Just looking at the layout, I think you have the greatest layout. And
my God, yes.
Like I even if I'm not in the panel, I feel like I'm part of the group. Just kind of bullshitting with y'all. And as far as you and Mike, you two are the coolest dudes, the most generous guys in this community. You guys have reached out and helped a lot of people in this community, and I love you guys. So,
do you want to know? Do you want to know my secret? I love doing this shit. Like I do. Like I love create. I like being creative almost as much as I like gaming. So when I have an opportunity to do it, I mean, yes. Do I charge money for it as well? Of course I do. I gotta make a living. But when I have the opportunity and things come into my mind, I think, I gotta do that for someone. I'm not gonna charge them for it because it was my idea, not theirs. So,
well, Jay, I need to get with you anyway because I need you to make me an animated avatar. And after tonight's episode, I kind of pictured something, me in chains, like with something over my mouth, and I'm trying to.
Lord,
I think it's
trying to get that one.
Giant ring pop in your mouth.
Right, exactly. But I'm trying to break free. Just that one chance.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Hold on, I got. You know what? Make him a sack boy.
Yeah,
that'll do it. Hold on.
Is your show on your YouTube channel?
So my show is actually on my YouTube channel and on Supersonic Station's channel, and we've given the opportunity to everyone on the panel to host. And either A, they're not interested, or B, they just don't have the capability to do it. So for the most part, it flips between mine and his. Last week was supposed to be mine. He had to do it because of free stream, so I'm gonna do it this week. So stay tuned. We got a lot of cool stuff, and we have sound effects. I make sure I go in and record things that Super says so I can play it over and over again so that he can piss him off. And like I said, we play games. We play them live on the show. So and we talk.
Nobody does what you guys do.
No, and we talk to the audience. We talk to like you guys do. We talk to the chat. We don't wait for colors. We don't wait for money to be donated to talk to people.
Yeah, I feel bad because I haven't been able to keep up much because I'm trying to run these videos. I usually try to keep up with the chat, and I failed on that tonight. So I don't want anybody in the chat to think that I was purposely ignoring them or anything like that.
I know it's hard when you're producing. It's very hard when you're producing.
The chat knows how I feel about them. They So the other thing too is we're all the same people outside of this that we are on it, and I love that. I love that.
Oh, I also have to reiterate that if you do donate money to our show, you can make Supersonic Station say whatever you want them to say.
Yes. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I have seen that.
Every penny.
So.
And I record it.
Yeah. De Niro, stop, De Niro. I did stop. See, I'm. See, now you're gonna make me feel bad. I'm already on 6 hours of sleep in 24 hours. Don't make me feel bad.
Cliffy B tweeted out, "Is it just me or does the PlayStation 5 look like a portal turret?"
Portal turret.
Oh my God.
Oh, see, and that's the other thing too is while we're here arguing over who gets to talk, Twitter is acting like a jackass today. Just overall.
That's every day.
Ask Cliff about lawbreakers.
Damn. Yeah.
Oh, he knows already.
Actually, it's funny. You guys saw what he said about that, right?
Right.
He said, maybe I shouldn't have. Yeah, maybe I should have stayed where we were.
The funny thing about that, Mike, even if he had sold a few more, that game did not do well, period. So I when Cliffy said that, I thought, oh, come on, Cliff. You put your game out on the console maker that had the largest majority of share out there in the world, and it didn't do well. I strongly feel that it would have done just as poorly if it had been exclusive to the Xbox. It wasn't received well. Even on the PC, it just didn't do well.
I agree with that. It wasn't a.
What was that?
The heater.
Frankie's putting like objects on the screen. What's he
No,
doing?
it's not. That's Frankie. That's Jay. He put the heater
that's
on.
Jay.
Oh, these are being sent to me, so I just figured I'd share.
Dreadful.
That's part of my avatar. I'm trying to break free.
Oh my god!
What did Jay do? That is awesome.
No, look, anyway, yeah.
What kind of wizardry is that?
It's just a heater. Oh my god! All right.
Anyway, guys, I really have to
we
go.
all have to. I think we all do. It's quarter to 1 over here, quarter to 2 where you are. I'm about to fall asleep myself. So, thank everybody in the chat for helping us celebrate our 200th episode. For everything that it was, and yeah. I appreciate everybody. Peter, Chris, John, Frankie, and of course Jay. And of course, Jay, anytime you want, you can come on the show, right?
Oh, I know. I just wish you were like 2 hours earlier.
I know. And thank you, BlueStack.
About that. We should make exceptions every couple weeks just to get them on here.
Yeah, but the rest of us have to be able to
How about we start 2 hours earlier and still keep on?
Wow, there's Jay again. Damn it, Jay.
Make a show 2 hours longer.
No.
We can't have too many guests on this show. I can't hardly get any voice time in as it is. Good Lord.
God. I'm going to have an aneurysm.
Tommy comes on and he gets the whole show.
Well, okay, so that's all right. So that's not fair.
Yeah,
Tommy,
nobody competing against
Tommy,
Tommy.
right? Tommy sucks the air out of everybody.
Right.
But
Take
no.
us home. Let's get Jay to bed.
Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. Everybody, thank you. Mike's got that leash pulled tight.
He
Thank you,
does.
BlueStack.
He's got the Xbox leash on me.
I don't have
He does. He's got the Greenberg. He's got the leash.
I haven't turned on my Xbox in 3 weeks. Oh my god!
Go
All
to
right.
bed.
You know, John, in Canada, we used to have this wrestler called Big John Studd. He was an American wrestler, wasn't
Big
he?
John Studd was the man.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to start. We're gonna have to start calling you Big John Studd because of your wrestling and your dramatic acting.
Oh yeah,
Big John Place.
JC, you've got some ideas now. I need to hook up with you though, seriously, and because I've seen your work and you do really good work.
I appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, everyone. So we will see you next Thursday, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, episode 201. We're past the mark.
Past the mark.
This might have been our last show. But, all right, hey everybody, thank you so much. Don't forget about the Gamers United Guild, Jay and the Retro Renegades, Inferno, who was in here earlier with TXR, who's gonna be on Sunday night, 4 guys with quarters.
That's right.
And us, and support and be supported, guys. That's how it works. So
Exactly.
We'll see you all next week. Thank you so much. Play on, gamers.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.